Opie is here, and his show starts now.
Yes. God, I love that song. I was just turned on to that song last night. Good morning, Vic Henley. How are you?
Vic.
Now that they let me in the building.
Really?
Yeah.
I was the old, he had to put me in 4 more times while I was standing in the lobby.
What is that about? You've been up here a million times, Vic
Apparently,
Henley.
they don't want me here anymore.
They don't like fucking Auburn
Right.
fans.
I got the dirty hat back, and they're like, no more stinking.
They've had it with Auburn.
Always with me, too. They always have my name spelled wrong. I'll give them my ID, and they're like, you're not in the system.
Oh, really?
I'm like, my last name's D-I-S, but they always have a D-E-S, and then I get up.
I love going home. When Mark says hi, idiot, worked down here forever. I was telling Roland earlier.
Yeah.
Every other time I got to turn around and go home, and I was really happy.
Really?
Well, because it wasn't my fault. What employee in America don't want to just immediately get to work for not even be at work and go get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
You're like, oh well, I tried.
Yes, I really did.
And then you send a text like, it's not my fault.
I was
They won't let me
getting
in,
rolling.
so I'm going home. It happens to us. They see us every fucking
I
day.
know.
And we have to swipe through 2 different things just to get to the elevators.
Yeah.
And if we only swipe one out of the 2, they're like, hey! I'm like, you see me every fucking day.
Yeah.
I don't want to go around the guy that's, vacuuming the rugs right now. I'm sorry.
No,
Or if you don't have your ID, I'm like, you see me every fucking day.
I didn't
want to do that one. I want to,
When I am fired, because I just know that's a matter of time, because I work in radio,
Right.
you will have a name of people that are now fired and you're not supposed to let through. But until then, if I don't have my fucking ID, just be a human being. Go,
Sure.
yeah, shit happens.
No, you can't. They won't.
No, then all of a sudden you're just standing in the lobby like a fucking zero,
Yeah.
like Jim Brewer in a parking lot at a hotel because he can't change his own goddamn tire. You had to be listening to yesterday for that, and then you got to wait for people to put you back in the system. And I'm like, really, dude? You see me every day.
Roland told me I was up to 3, maybe 4. I think the 4th one was when he finally, because I go, Roland, it's been a long, been about 2 years, since 18 months since I get to go home.
Yeah.
I really want to go home. And I go, there's 4 guys that are pistol whipping me, which made them all laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not being a dick about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting there looking sleepy and going, I woke up at 3:15 and hadn't really slept since.
Right.
You don't think I want to go home right now?
Yeah.
I'd love to go home.
Their jobs are, I don't know, I guess to look out for terrorists, not the people that work in the fucking building that they see every day.
Right.
It could be somebody up here punching. I don't know. I'm
sure.
But every one of them are spelling my name out loud, so I know they got that. They didn't have it wrong.
Right.
I'm all about using a little of that, logic.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I see you every day, and it's so obvious you just left your ID on the counter this morning. So, all right, make sure you have it tomorrow, you daffy bastard. And then you tussle my hair, and I'm on my way. Anyway, Vic walked in the middle of this.
Oh,
which is
shit.
cool.
I'm sorry. Yes,
No.
I
I want to promote this song we played at the start of the show. I was turned on to it yesterday. It's in vinyl. The show that's on HBO. It's a band called Calio. The song is called No Good. I think they made an appearance on Conan O'Brien when I was searching around a little bit on the internet last night trying to learn about these guys. And that request came in from at Grant_Bailey. It looks like Baile. This guy has turned me on to a couple little ditties in the last couple of months. So seems like there's a lot of cool music out there that's just not certainly not on my radar.
I think with the music and the TV, finally we're getting with increasing quantity, we're getting increasing quality a little bit across the board.
I think
finally,
you're right.
after about 15 years.
I think you're right. I think rock's coming back a little bit. I feel it in my bones.
I feel like an idiot all the time and like it, because I really do. I'm so far behind on everything; it always makes me feel good.
I'm lost. I'm not even going to try to make believe I'm lost. But through Twitter and starting the show off with a song every day, I'm getting turned on to some cool things.
Yeah, we had Nathaniel Rateliff in here, 9 months ago,
right.
And same thing. And he's been, not that we didn't blow him up in here, but
wait, you were here for that?
Yeah, they all
performance?
played. They all played live, and all of a sudden I see him on every television show and blowing up on a whole bunch of different things.
They played 2 songs for us, and one of them wasn't SOB. It was Look at Here. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Which that song is now becoming the next hit off that record, and they played it in here. Fuck, that might be a year ago.
Well, I was going to say it's been a while, and they did all the late night things, and sometimes Sirius is good,
right? And I was trying to tell people at the time, like, watch out for this, this band. They're pretty fucking good. I don't know, whatever.
What about the 1975? Do you guys know that band?
I a little bit.
That's the only cool rock band that I know.
We played one song from 1975.
Yeah.
That's
You're
all
not
I know.
a music guy?
I couldn't name their songs.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Just put a NyQuil CBS rip.
No, this is Dayquil. No, well, how about? No, I was sick, and then the intern comes in and he says, "Hey, I got you. I got you Dayquil. It's Erock's," and doesn't tell me. Does Erock drink from this plastic cup? Does Erock put his lips to the bottle? And then Erock says, "Oh, I told him specifically to tell you no one uses this, but I didn't know that, so I fucking gambled."
Lil Wayne gave him that in 19.
Yeah, the scissor.
You comedians are fucking weird. I'll tell you why.
That's just weird. I had to comment on the bottle of codeine sitting on.
No, that's fine. You guys are weird though, because he asked me my opinion. I'm like, I would swig that shit right out of the bottle. I don't care if I need it. I'm gonna.
Certainly, it's medicine. Whatever's in it should kill whatever's in it should kill you. Hopefully.
But you guys are so nervous about germs and shit.
Yeah,
you guys share the same microphone every night.
Yeah, but
what do you think's happening with that?
But I'm not putting my mouth over it and trying to swallow it.
Maybe it'd be funnier.
Aren't you worried that?
Have you seen that trick? Come on, John Mulrooney, 1988.
I've smelled some of those mics.
That's not a dig on John Mulrooney.
Over the years, I've smelled those mics you guys use, and it smells like bad breath and the fucking flu sometimes.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's probably why I'm sick. I'm sure some fucking idiot was sick, and now I'm sick.
And Chris was going to bail on me this morning.
I almost, dude.
Which would have been fine. But then again, Vic bailed on me on Monday.
No, I didn't. I went back and forth on you on Sunday night. So
on me?
No, on Roland. It all started with Roland. It started like 10 days ago. And when next week I go any day but Monday. And then Sunday night at 7 o'clock. How about Monday?
Did you get mad at Roland?
No, I didn't. I just said, hey, did you not see? Scroll up. That's what I'm always telling people. Scroll up.
But Roland then tells me you're in for Monday. So then you bail on Monday. Kurt bails with food poisoning on Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget now. And then yesterday, Brewer had a fucking flat tire. It's been a weird week with you guys.
My girlfriend
still pulled it off, though. God damn it.
I bet you can. Of course, you've been doing this for 30 years. I hope the car still runs.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
But my girlfriend got canceled, so I was doing the back and forth with her all day long, and then she ended up leaving at 5:30 in the morning on Monday. So that was the ultimate last straw.
Right.
In the whole debacle was I will always choose a warm, hot girl rather than coming down here.
Wait, but you got her to the airport, then you could have came in here.
Well, it was just more of, it's still, I know, by then it's just too late. It's because it's because it started Sunday afternoon of, what am I going to do? I've got children. I know.
I know. Well, flights do get canceled.
Yes. And then, but hers is mechanical and they're delaying her and delaying her and delaying her. And then she gets to watch the next 5 go by. And no seats for her and just keep sitting here. And I'm like, just come back from the very first one. I'm going, just come back.
How long? How long was she at the airport?
She sat there from about 9:30 till about 5:30. And
8 hours?
Damn.
Roughly, you could have drove almost.
Well, she did. It's 6. You can do it in 6.
You could do Cleveland in 6 from here
when nothing's going wrong. Right. I'm like, go to the spa right now for an hour and a half, and I'll pay for everything. Right. I'm manicured and pedicured right up on any rub down thing I could get going on.
when we first went to Satellite, we did a lot of traveling, and there was one airport. Maybe you guys could help me out because you travel a lot, where you could get massages.
A lot of them do. This is Express Spa.
The one in Minnesota. Minnesota could do anything.
I remember this was
happy ending.
I remember this was the first time I saw it, though. I haven't seen it just every year. Well, but I'm not out there as much these days. But we had a delay, and everyone's all fucking bummed out. I'm like, I'm getting a 90-minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I think it was West Palm.
No, it's very common. It's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's 50%, but it's up there.
But
about
it was right
third.
It was right in the middle of everything.
Yep,
so I could sort of hear people like going about their airport
you didn't get the
business.
Quiet room. You didn't get the quiet room.
It didn't matter though, and I did a 90-minute while everyone else was bitching and complaining. Well, now what the fuck are we gonna do? And then by the time I was done, we were maybe had another half hour, whatever it was, but I was relaxed and ready to go. And that was beautiful.
Yeah, the minute I discovered that, it went from the chair to now you can get the 90-minute. I remember I'm like, wow, I thought the chair was the greatest thing in the world. When they went to know we can take it in the back.
I gotta tell you, that chair massage is awesome. It looks like it's like a waste of time.
No,
they set up in Central Park.
I don't think so. No, that's the best $10 you'll ever spend.
They set up in Central Park. If I'm wandering around, they're like massage. It's always the Chinese, and it's like $1 a minute, whatever. And I'll fucking do a chair massage for a quick 15. And I'm like, wow, that's not bad.
Would you do a shoe shine? Can you guys walk past the shoe shine? Have you ever done it?
Have you ever seen my fucking shoes?
He wears like $600 sneakers from Italy.
No. Why are you blowing up my spot?
Because
it's the one thing I do for myself.
Because Eliza Schlesinger always teases you about that.
Yeah.
So the minute somebody says shoes, I think of her. So, right.
That wasn't me bragging.
That was just a weird me Forrest Gump
She saw
connection.
my fucking sneakers and she went,
Yeah, she started blowing him up one day like, oh, what you do with your $600?
Although, it does lead to something I do want to bring up. I went gay jeans shopping yesterday. Look at Mars. Look at the look he gives me. He doesn't like this gay shit. Mars doesn't like this gay shit. It's like, keep that shit to yourself.
Is that a brand I'm not familiar with?
Well, what happened was I need new fucking pants.
You've been looking for jeans. I tried to walk up. Yeah, and we found out together we had a totally gay jean shopping man moment and found out the Diesel store had closed.
Well, I was begging Vic to go with me.
I'm like, I'll walk with you for 10 blocks.
I was begging Vic to go with me because I know how this shit goes down. And it went down yesterday. All these men's stores are... It's all gay guys that work these places now. What happened to the hot fucking woman that will look at your ass and go, yeah, you look good in those jeans? But why did you have to...
I don't understand, like, why did you need the guys to help you? Why couldn't you just say, hey, I'm a size this, and just go get it?
That's why I like the Diesel store, because you really just walked up to the jean bar and said your size, and they handed it right.
saying that gay guys...
That was one of the
places
I went, and, not to,
Not anymore.
Not that there's anything wrong with that horse shit.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I did go into Diesel, and it's all gay guys.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then you're like, you're coming out of the dressing room, and you're like, how do these look? Because you want someone's opinion, right?
Yeah, of course. And then they're asking you to turn around, and
they're saying turn around, and then they're like, then those make you look, and I'm like, well, fuck.
This has been going on since the the merry-go-round and but red hanger. This has been going on since the '80s. Chess King, merry-go-round, oak tree, whatever other late '80s reference.
But the old days,
that's where it started.
You would go in, and there would be some hot,
they'd be they sprinkled in the
some
women.
hot women, and then you had no problem coming out, with your fucking ball bag hanging out or something. Going, are these too tight? Now I feel like I'm really uncomfortable.
Well,
I don't know. See,
and then they're like, "Well, what size are you?" And now they're pulling at my jeans to try to find the size inside my jeans. I'm like, this is just
it is
fucking
weird when
weird
the fingers
now.
go inside. When the fingers go inside the waistband, it gets.
See, I don't have that.
You've been there, right, Vic?
I've had the fingers go inside the waistband. That's what I'm saying. In suits and jeans, I've had that. Where I'm like, dude, you don't get to put your. Sorry, I love you.
But if it's a woman and she smells good, and she's got,
of course, put your fingers inside my waistband all day long.
You're purposely, trying on shit that is really way off the charts.
See, I don't have that problem because anytime, like if I went to Diesel, I would tell them my size, and then I'm a size 38 waist, and they would same thing that they always say, like, "Ooh, you have to order those online." Always, and it's so fucking embarrassing. I'm like, so you don't have anything on the store? Like, no, those are online.
They don't have it. They don't have it.
Sorry,
they don't have a drawer.
Nothing.
A drawer
Husky.
for you.
Like you don't have a fucking fat drawer.
Husky Diesel.
Yeah,
they don't have Husky.
And I have explained stuff. I'm like, well, I'm like a large up top, but just down low, it's just a little bit waist. Like, no, we know you still have to go online. You're like so polite. I'm like, fucking pieces of shit.
And then I have to I'm opening up the dressing room, and I'm like trying to cover up,
which we all should do, by the way. All three of us should cover up.
Yeah. The guy's like,
I'll speak for Norton.
Yeah. And the guy's handing me shirts and jeans, and I'm like, I feel like, oh my God.
Why don't you just go somewhere easier, like the Gap or Old Navy or something? You can't do it?
I used to be a Gap I used to like the Gap a lot.
Right.
And I just don't like
H&M? They're not as bad, H&M.
I guess.
I can't, yeah.
I was trying to get something halfway decent.
I've had the opposite of this experience where I was with one of my ex-wives, and she had her.
How many ex-wives have you had?
2.
Oh, okay. It's not too bad.
So the second one,
I
was with her, and she had not the uncomfortable, weird moment we had, and I watched it happen. I sat there and was cheerleading by the end of it. Because it was just, they had such a, I'm like, did you guys really go, y'all should have gone to kindergarten together. This is I've never seen, and she bought a bunch of stuff, and it was fine, and she looked great in all of it, and it was the exact opposite of what I'm saying right now. And I never thought I would sit somewhere and go, woohoo, yes, yes, little black dress.
Yeah.
Tony in Cleveland's going to explain why there are no more girls working at the men's shops when you're clothing shopping. Tony, go ahead.
Morning, Sugar. Hey, the primary reason to be is you were comfortable with coming out of the dressing room with your balls hanging out.
Well, I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I mean, you certainly would try on a nice pair of tight jeans if you knew that the girl was, kind of fucking sexy.
You saw a gentleman and a scholar. There are some less classy sorts wandering the world now.
Well, I felt like Chum in this story yesterday. Now I understand how the ladies feel. Chum. It was like a gay gauntlet. You walk in the door and the first guy is like flaming, and then one of the guys starts helping out, and then that guy has like sort of has a twink that works with him.
Twink. You just said chum and twink.
I don't understand chum. I don't even know what twink.
Chum and twink are hilarious.
I'm too much of a Jaws fan and I don't know what chum is.
But then the twink,
Travis.
The twink has to go get the jeans, and he's like almost slightly moaning as he hands them to you. Then the other guy steps back to kind of look at you, and he puts his hand on his chin. And you feel like he's looking right through you.
Well, you know what I will say, at least you'll know that those guys gave you an honest opinion of how you did look, because I feel like your wife would possibly say, even if you look good, she would tell you didn't, because she doesn't want you to look good for other women. Where these guys, they were telling you honest. So I bet you, did you buy the jeans that they suggested?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, of course. Of course you did. Oh yeah, they fucking lubed it up and stuck it right in there.
Completely fingers in the waistband.
I look good at these things. I must look good at these.
You can't go wrong. You really can't go
but then
wrong.
he's like, he goes, where do you live? I go, I'm married! No, I started panicking. I got 2 kids!
Right, I was going to say, I've got children.
I'm so oblivious to this. There's this comic, older guy, I won't, say his name, but he's gay. He's openly gay. I didn't know that. When I first met him, I was wearing a Giants, New York Giants jacket, and he goes, oh, you're a football fan? I said, yeah. And it was like a Sunday at like 3:00. He goes, they're playing Sunday Night Football tonight. He's like, why don't let's get a beer, we'll go hang out. I was like, oh, sure. Like, I thought it was just this guy, he's this cool guy, and then I go up to his apartment, we're watching the game, and then I'm starting to like look around.
Wait, wait. Slow down a little bit.
What?
How long did you know this guy for?
Well, he was another comic. I just met him that day.
All right. So you met him that day, but he was a comic, so you felt like, all right, we can watch the game together.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm up there, and then, the game started, and, we're eating food, and I'm still not fucking catching on that this guy's got me in his apartment. We're sitting he's got 2 couches and, seat and fold out chairs, and he's sitting on the couch next to me, like,
next to you?
Yeah, like we had like 3 inches in between. Like,
you still have no clue.
Like, this is how close we were. Like, the Giants, I remember Eli Manning threw like a 25-yard touchdown pass, and when he went like, woo, his like knee hit my knee. That's how, so we were like bumping into each other, and we had the whole apartment. And then I notice, like, all around, I start looking around, and there's like pictures of like, different guys, and then he's got like a Barbra Streisand album out, and then
come on,
I swear to God,
that's like stereotypical shit.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
I mean, I know, but I'm just, it is what it is. So, and then behind me, I notice that he's got pictures of him and this other guy, and I had seen it in the beginning, and I thought that it was his brother, and then I said to him, I was like, is that, guys, your brother? And he goes, oh no, he goes, that's my ex-boyfriend. He recently passed away. And I was like, your ex-boyfriend? And I was like, you're gay? And he goes, yeah, why are you here? And I was like, I swear. And then it kind of hit me like
you're 38 in the waist.
Yeah, 38 in the waist. Have a little
and
then it was this weird thing where like
took that. He had your dick in his mouth, but you still were. You were still trying to figure it out.
Like, he's just friendly,
right?
Yeah. And then, but it was this weird thing where it hit me where I was like, fuck. I was like, how low did my senses get? Am I that oblivious, or was I just subconsciously gay for the last 6 hours and didn't even realize it? I thought I had a subconscious gay moment.
Maybe you were just so happy to be in comedy. You're like, the comics are including me.
I was doing comedy for 4 months, and he was booking a show.
New, right? Yeah, it was totally like, the band asked me to come backstage.
Yeah, I'll touch it. It was
weird.
So weird, dude.
Now,
that's funny.
I know some of these that go back to the 70s. Though.
Sure.
I know a million people in a million odd situations for that. Ben Bailey's got a great one, when he worked at the Comedy Store.
What happened?
Yeah, totally. Because it was Louis Anderson.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't know Louis was gay, and he got out.
Louis Anderson is gay?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
If I didn't, I just outed him, but.
I didn't know that.
I think he said it on the
Mars
show.
loves you, man. Loves how
Louis
naive.
Anderson is
Mars
gay?
is so
Did you know that, Travis? You didn't know that? Nobody knew that. Nobody knew it.
Right.
Travis knows everything. Travis sits there in his wizard booth and knows everything. Even he didn't know.
I just got fired. No, Louis Anderson. That's the one, because in one of Louis' books, he talked about coming out to his dad, and in the Ben Bailey story, Ben Bailey had to go. I gave my dad your book for Father's Day, and Louis like, the one that says I'm gay. then Ben Bailey's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Mars was jumping up and down.
You knew he was gay?
Everyone knows.
He's been openly gay.
He loves how naive you are.
I just didn't.
You're naive. You're
okay. What do you mean naive?
You're in an apartment with a gay guy.
Okay, that was one time.
Not that there's anything wrong.
There
with
is.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to have some awareness of this situation.
If Travis didn't know,
he knows.
He just told me he didn't know.
Now they're laughing at both of us being stupid.
Now I'm reading about it.
I didn't know he was gay. Right. I would have Googled it too, but I don't want to be disrespectful on the phone in front of you.
And then you don't even know that Travis is in on the gag. You're scaring us.
I know.
You're scaring us.
Bad. He lured me into it.
What do you think Louis Anderson was?
I don't know. I just thought he was a regular,
funny, hilarious
funny comic.
Legend. Right.
Oh, Google his name.
I didn't know that he was gay.
Google his name. Some stories come up. And by the way,
he's had a lot of trouble down there.
People got mad at me because we didn't, ask him about some of the things he was involved with back in the day. I'm like,
what did he do?
He's one of the most lovely people ever. How you got not going to come and fuck with Louis Anderson? First time ever on the show.
Yeah, I loved Louis Anderson.
Yeah, exactly.
He was great. He's great on basketball.
He came back for no reason. He came back the very next day for no reason.
For his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? Wow. That's like I'll probably think about that all day.
But Ben Bailey's mother literally kicked his 18, 19-year-old. God damn it, if you do one thing today, get your father something for Father's Day. And he got him that book without him not knowing. And they just know Louis Anderson was hilarious and he knew he was funny. So he got him the book and his dad looked at him crossways for 2.5 years. Because he couldn't understand, what the cash cab really meant.
That's wonderful. Anyway, I do have to say they were great at the Diesel store. It's just a little strange.
Right.
A little strange.
Yeah.
I'm not. But the last few times I went shopping, I had that experience. It's really weird.
Yeah.
How times have changed. They used to hire the hottest girls for that job, right?
I'm telling you, I don't think it's changed. I think it's been, I've been doing comedy since the 1880s, and comics have had something about this joke since the 1980s.
Oh, really?
It seems like there's always where you go to this store and get appointed your own private homosexual. Somebody makes some sort of weird ass. I'm sure I'm doing somebody's act from 87 right there. But I don't, it's
You're still shocked over there.
Holy shit. I can't.
There's no way you think that.
Oh, I swear on my daughter, I had no clue that he was gay.
Okay, so you thought I would really out Louis Anderson comedy legend?
No. I didn't think that it. I get that I didn't know, but I can't believe I didn't know.
It's officially known, right?
I've heard him talk about it.
Yeah,
it's in the books. Yeah, and so
the one that was it wasn't a surprise when it was official was Kevin Meaney.
Oh, well, yeah, same thing.
But he's gay too? I swear.
But
Richard Nixon, did you know Richard Nixon was
No,
gay?
he's not.
But Kevin Meaney went through most of his career not telling anyone. And that
he married somebody for a while. Yeah, he did. But he's got a daughter, which again, that doesn't happen. You can't do any of that.
But he announced that it's been a while
just recently, about five
I would say 5 years probably at least at this point. But yeah, he went most of his career without letting anyone know. But then he finally came out, and now it's a big part of his act. In 2008, he came out?
Yeah, I said 5.
And it happened here? It happened on XM?
Yeah.
Who interviewed him?
Probably Jay Thomas.
Yeah.
He used to be on Jay's show a lot. I know that, but I don't know if that's where he actually came out or whatever. The gay guy at our high school in Alabama, and I'm sure there was way more than one, but at like the 10-year reunion, he was out after 10 years, and we all liked him anyway. Yeah. Everybody loved him. He was a musician. He could play. Everybody liked the dude anyway. And he was like, he goes, you guys were all so nice to me. I can't believe you didn't know I was gay. We're like, we all knew you were gay and didn't give a fuck. You played a mean lead guitar.
I don't care that. I don't care, but it's just, I don't know. I just thought I would know, especially being comedians. Like,
you didn't know a guy was rubbing your fucking balls.
Yes, but that was. Giants. But like Vic said, I just wanted to get stage time. So you would do anything.
He was looking for late night at stand-up New York.
I would take a jizz to the eye for 5 minutes at Broadway Comedy Club.
I know. Please don't.
I'm just saying. In 2008, I would do anything.
I think I would have been suspicious just the invite going to his apartment. Well, but then him sitting right next to me. That would have been the tell.
I think what happened.
Did he have another chair in the room?
Yeah, I told you there was 2 couches and he had 2
and 2 chairs.
And 2 chairs. And 2 folding chairs.
I had no idea.
I just wasn't thinking about it.
And he sits right next to
you. Right next to you on the love seat.
He sits down like as if you were going to sit next down to a girl and like try to do that thing where like you yawn and put your arm around.
Well, it was a game. He was doing stadium seating. So it was a ball game.
It was a ball game. It was the ball game atmosphere.
See, that's a no-brainer. Each guy gets their own couch.
Well, and then what happened?
In a 2-couch room.
And then because that's a no-brainer. You don't even think about it. You're sitting on that couch. I'll be on this couch.
Well, and then I figured it all out with about 10 minutes left in the first quarter, and I didn't want to be a dick, so I just stayed the rest of the game.
Well, you got to stay.
I got to stay. Yeah, I mean, I moved to another couch, but I still, I just was there.
Yeah.
But it was weird. I was texting my dad like, "Hey, this is where I'm at, just in case some shit goes down."
What's he gonna do? What state does he live in? Just in case shit goes down. Yeah, how close was he to you in case you needed this emergency phone call?
Well, he was on Staten Island probably.
Oh, well, that's okay.
It's not too bad.
That's a century away.
Yeah. Well, no, I just was worried, like, is this guy going to get pissed off and we're going to have to fucking fist fight? Next thing you know, I'm going to get clobbered.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny you didn't know.
I didn't know.
You don't know a lot of things.
I know a lot of things, but then I don't know a lot of things.
He's really sweet.
It makes this fun to do, though.
Which makes me sound really gay. He's really nice.
You want to go watch the Giants game?
No, I do not. Okay. No. I'm a Jets fan.
You do know sports, though. You know sports.
I do know my sports.
I'm looking at this Warriors thing. Ooh, oh, my God.
It's going to be crazy.
Do you care? If they set the record?
They did what nobody else has even won 70, so they did.
No, the second team.
That's the second team to win 70.
Yeah, the Bulls have the record.
72 that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I meant, right? I didn't mean nobody else.
72 and 10.
Only one other team had gotten this far. Right. But I've been telling him the whole time, I'm going for the San Antonio 41-0.
Yeah, at home. Well, they're going to play Sunday night.
I know. Yeah. So that's the only thing I hadn't. So now that 73-9's out the window.
Yeah.
I want to go, but 41-0. I love things that have never happened before.
No, it's not out the window.
It's not out the window. They could win.
Oh, they won last night, right?
Let me break this down.
I woke up at 3:10. I'm not myself.
The Warriors won was last night, right?
Yeah.
So they're 70-9. Right. The record is 72-10.
They win the next.
So they got 3 games left. And is the Spurs the final game of the season or the second to last?
I think they're playing the Memphis Grizzlies twice and the Spurs. I think the Spurs
is the middle game.
Spurs the middle game of
Memphis. Bang, bang.
And the Spurs are no slouches whatsoever. They haven't lost at home yet.
Only NBA team to do that.
And no one has done that for the whole season.
Ever.
In history. No one's ever been undefeated at home. Even the 72-10 Chicago Bulls lost at home.
And Boston's 40-1, 86.
Yeah.
And they only lost. How many games have the Spurs lost? I know they
12 or 13.
Yeah, they had a slight stumble recently, but they still only lost 12 or 13 games. So the Warriors have to play the Spurs at home, and they have to win. The last 3 games of the season. But that Popovich, like we were talking before the show, he's a motherfucker.
I love him.
And he's the type of guy that would I mean, I don't know. I probably not. But he's the type of guy that goes, look, we don't need this game.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about the record. I want to rest my guys for the playoffs. So he's the type of guy that would be a dick and just rest his players when everyone's looking forward to this ridiculous game on Sunday.
And he's done it all year long. For before that. You know, they got 5 championships, and they've still won more games this year than they've won all of their championships.
But I can't imagine, in the end, I can't imagine him doing it. There's such a hype building for this game.
I want them both to try and ruin each other's thing. I want them both to really try to ruin each other's thing.
Yeah, one team's going to...
Come on, let's ruin each other's thing.
One team is going to be ruined.
Yes. Or show me history, something. Give me something. Don't double fuck me.
Unless the Warriors lose to Memphis.
That's what I mean.
Then it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. Then 41
Sunday's game doesn't mean shit.
Then give me something, but don't double fuck me. I want some history.
Well, because like what we were talking about too before the show, where it's like there's some guy like in San Antonio, like he paid a month's salary to take his family to the game, and you're going to sit out your best players. It's like this is
and they're so nice. I've been there when they've won a title, and they literally just drive around town for about 20 minutes and honk the horns and flash their headlights on and off and go home. Nothing happens.
Really?
No, zero. They are the nicest. Hilarious. They are completely wonderful. I have been in town when they've won, and I'm like, God damn it! And they're like, well, don't worry, we're going to stop at 11:30. And they just go right back home.
They don't turn over cars and light them on fire.
Take
their shirts off and climb up into the trees.
No, they are classy, wonderful. I don't care if they win every year. I've been in the city when they've won it, and they've never been nicer.
Really?
Yeah, it's really
that's
cool.
Boring. I love those city riots.
There's nothing else going on.
I love when there's a good riot after your team wins.
They can't riot. They would lose the team. They'd go to Houston or something. Have 2 teams in Houston.
I miss when your baseball team wins and you get to go on the field and just destroy it. I miss those days.
Yeah, college football. That's why I'm a college football fan.
I'm not even going for a joke.
That's why I'm a college football fan, because I still love running on the field. You can still run on the field. You can overrun, right? The nine state troopers in Mississippi can be overrun easily.
Right. Yeah, I think Artie Lang has he ran on the field when they won the World Series with his dad, and he has like a piece of grass from Yankee Stadium that he's kept his whole life.
It's
like a memorabilia to his dad. But you can't jump on the field. You get fucking snot. You get hit with a rubber bullet in the back of your head in 3 seconds.
Well,
if you try to jump on the field.
They start bringing the guys out in like the 6th inning. They're not fucking around anymore.
They come out like 300. They're in that fucking. They move as one unit.
I remember. I love like how teams had to figure that out, because back in our day, they would have like 2 or 3 security guards looking at the crowd, in front of the dugout, going, "I can handle this," and then it's just a wave of people knocking that guy down and just taking over the field. And then it gets to the point where they like, "Are you done? Yeah. We all want to go home now. Can you finally leave the field with your dirt and grass and you with the second base? Could you please leave now?
Get the fuck out of here.
We have families to go home to."
I saw the manager of one of the Funny Bones jumping on some NFL dudes. I'm like, I need to call him. It reminded seeing him on the NFL dude's back reminded me, I need to go back to Columbus. Was literally, I'm like, that's Dave Stroop. I need to go back to
Dave
Columbus.
Stroop.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a sick fuck, Dave Stroop. Yeah. He was like, when I went to Columbus once, he took myself and Damien to this common Damien Lemon. He took us to an Applebee's for like lunch. He was like, "This is the best Applebee's you've ever been at." I'm like, "It's chain food. It's the same thing throughout the country." He's like, "Nah. They do something different." I'm like, "No, they don't. It's a corporate chain.
They're really not allowed to do anything different."
Yeah, I was like, "It's the same."
They would get fired to do something different.
Yeah,
most of that food just comes in a big stupid
box. Comes in a box. They go right down the street to Bennigan's, and they go right down the street to Houlihan's, and they go right down the street to Friday's, and they drop all the same shit off at all the same place. ConAgra.
And then what? They just each restaurant just mixes it up slightly to make it their own?
Yeah, exactly. We put paprika on ours.
Like
something different in that?
We use cayenne.
A year ago, I ate the quesadilla burger that they have from Applebee's, and as an experiment, my blood pressure had been a little bit high. So it was like 128, 130 over like 75, 80, somewhere in that. So that's not low. It's not insane. But anyway, I eat the quesadilla burger, and then an hour later, just to see how much salt was in it, I took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure went to 190 over 110.
It's like Morgan Spurlock.
An hour after the quesadilla burger.
Spurlock.
I used to have a picture.
There it is right there. It looks delicious.
That looks amazing.
It looks delicious. It really
I'm not going to lie to you. That looks amazing.
It looks wonderful.
Wow.
The sodium in that was insane, because I knew, as I was eating it, I felt like I felt like sores opening in my mouth from all the salt. Like, that's how crazy it was. And then my pressure went to fucking 190.
And then your eye starts twittering?
Yeah, twittering. I started to feel my blood pressure in my ears. Yeah. My ears were beating. My heart was beating through my eardrum. I felt like I couldn't drive. It was insane.
Come on. How much salt could be in this?
No, it's got...
Look it up.
Enough to open the wound and cauterize it.
Yeah,
at the same
I had a
time.
fucking... I was opening pancake sores like the Red Sea.
But then closing it right up because there's so much salt.
So much salt.
I'm trying to find the numbers on this thing.
Holy shit.
First of all, it has 1,400.
Somebody said, "Holy shit!"
Wait, it's by far. I told you, it's by far the most.
It has 1,400 calories. That's just for the burger alone, not counting the fries and everything else.
I definitely ate the fries.
And then the sodium is 3260. What? I don't know. I know that's a lot of salt, but how much salt are you supposed to have?
That's less than eating the salt shaker.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
It's crazy.
That's less than eating the
and
salt
then,
shaker.
to top it off, they have these desserts called shooters. I had a caramel cheesecake shooter.
Jesus.
They bring a trio of those.
Yeah, trio.
I'm familiar with those.
Wow.
This one's s'mores.
Yeah.
This one's cheesecake. And this one's like something. No, it's a little trio. And they come in. That was a trend for a while, too.
No, dude, it went up.
Bring the dessert in the shot glass.
How much salt are you supposed to? What's the FDA on that?
It switches. That's one of those things where one day they tell you have none, the next day they tell you to lick salt all day long. But
3260, that's
happy medium.
That's crazy.
No, you have to see the pressure was unbelievable.
Daily is the 3,400. So you did all that in one fucking
one sitting. And I'm sure I didn't have the healthiest breakfast.
I'm sure there was a ton of salt in the fries, everything else.
That was bad.
That's funny.
That was because I knew that it was going to go up, but I couldn't believe how up it went.
Right. That leads to what we were trying to do today, but I fucking struck out.
Placenta smoothies?
We were going to have placenta smoothies today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought we were having something way better than that.
No, we were going to fuck around a little bit. We
Once again, Roland told me we were having like steaks from the Yankees steakhouse.
The Yankees are...
It's completely that's completely different than placenta smoothies.
The Yankees are bringing breakfast today.
Oh, sweet. I already had my muffin.
No, I think it went away. It went away.
It went away?
It went away.
I don't know.
I'm believing it went away.
Wait, is Roland even here today?
Yes, he is.
Oh, he told me that we were getting breakfast from the Yankees today. It's the only reason I came in.
He's somewhere putting me in the system.
Last week, when I was listening to the replay show, I was driving somewhere and we were talking about the placenta smoothies. I think it was Sunday.
Yeah.
And we turned and I was in the car with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she's like real jealous and everything. And
she's jealous that we were going to have placenta smoothies.
No. Well, we put on when the show came on, when I clicked, because I was just pressing the things in my Jeep and I hear my voice and I'm like, fuck, no, I don't want to, because I forget what I say. I'm like, I don't want you listening to this. And she's like, no, I want to listen.
Yeah.
I want to listen. And I'm like, no, it's stupid. You don't want to listen. She's like, I want to listen. So right when it's listening, we're talking about placenta smoothies. I'm like, oh, this isn't the bad part of the show. But then I forgot how long we stayed on that woman's tits. We were like, look at her tits. And then you're like, look at the zit on her tits. And then I come like, look at those tits. And then she's like, what are you fucking pigs talk about? She tried to get out of the car at a red light. I was like, where's Bedford-Stuyvesant? And then it's like, all I hear is Opie going, tits. Look at the zit tits. And I'm laughing. And she's like, I just imagine you fucking freaks sitting up there jerking off to this lady's placenta smoothie tits. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Well, she was making a placenta smoothie, and that meant she just had a baby, so her breasts were nice.
And then we were saying, squeeze some of that breast milk in there, baby. And she's like, you guys are disgusting. And she's like yelling. I see her texting her friends.
Didn't one of the tits have a zit on it?
Yeah. And you kept saying that you would pop the zit, and I was like, I'd lick it off. Like, it was just so disgusting. And then we didn't talk about one perverted thing for the rest of the 3 hours. And besides that 4-minute chunk that you listened to,
the rest of it was Nietzsche.
The rest of it was fucking beautiful. And I even mentioned how much I love my family, but by then the fucking radio was turned off.
I saw on one of the Gordon Ramsay cooking shows from over in England, not one that airs here, and they were putting breast milk. They were doing cappuccinos with breast milk.
You said you had breast milk pop.
Have you had the breast milk?
With ice cream.
Pat Duffy's sister had a baby, so I said, fuck it, I'll do breast milk ice cream.
Yeah. No good?
Well, it was a vanilla.
You could tell.
I enjoyed it because it was vanilla ice cream. Sure. I told Chris in a text message yesterday. It started out. It tasted delicious, like you would imagine any type of vanilla ice cream would taste, and then you're hit with this gaminess where you're like, life,
and then you can't get rid of the aftertaste.
You ate it too, right?
Yeah,
Eric?
we all did. I mean, it was amazing when you had it, and then you give it like 30 seconds.
Not even 30
seconds. And then all of a sudden you're like, it's sitting with you for the rest of the day. You feel it in the back of your throat. Wow. It's just awful.
But that's funny that she picked up on that. We found this
the one section she listened
we found this clip from Keeping Up with the Kardashians where they eat placenta.
Oh my God.
And we laughed our asses off because they have a shot of Bruce Jenner at the table with his wild hair before the transition, saying what's for dinner, and it just made us laugh like idiots. I put the video online. I don't even know if it's a good video, but I just enjoyed that moment of the big reveal of Bruce Jenner with his wild hair. But then that led us to placenta smoothies, and then we found this video where this girl basically has like a baby doll top on.
It's crazy.
No bra. She's making fucking...
And her nipples are hard, and she has like that little Swedish accent. And then my girl's like, that's what you like, these fucking Europeans? I'm like, no. I was like, it's for the radio. I was just talking about tits. Like, you guys are fucking disgusting. No wonder why you like waking up at 6 o'clock and go, you fucking pig. So like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I don't listen to the show.
You can't. It's hard to listen to yourself anyway.
I don't listen to it when I'm sitting here.
I used to listen to every show back in the day just to kind of try to pick up on this and that, but now it's like
it's too much.
People will be in my car like, let's listen to your show. I'm like, that's okay.
No,
I'd rather listen to the Pearl Jam channel or something.
Yeah, let's put on Little Steve.
Let's put on Dennis Falcone. 70s
Underground Garage is great.
Underground Garage. You know, is your girl from Staten Island?
No, she's Puerto Rican from Sunset Park, Brooklyn. So even worse.
She's trying to get out of the car.
She like it was one of those
red light.
I had to lock the doors. People are looking at me. I'm like, just fucking stay in the car. And like as we're like yelling, and I think it's like calming down.
Yeah.
And like, and then like out of nowhere, somebody be like, look at those tits. Like it just kept coming back.
That'd be where you're already rolling again, and she still tried to get out.
Well,
That's
part of me
worse
was like,
than the red light is when she tried to get out when the car's still moving.
A part of me was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just let her walk out and get the steam off. But I knew my kid had a dirty diaper because I could just smell the fucking shit. I was like, I don't want to deal with this dirty diaper. So just stay in the car till we get home.
How old's your kid now?
10 months. But she fucking had a sick shit. Like,
no, you're still all right. There's going to come a time where it smells like a homeless guy's shit. And then that's when you know it's time to start potty training.
Yeah. Well, it kind of smells and looks like human shit now. Like, there's times when I'm like, is this my dad's shit or is this your shit?
Usually... I fucking hate that commercial. I was just obsessing about that. The Capital One with Jennifer Garner. It drives me nuts.
What? I thought she puts in a pretty good acting performance on that. I swear to God, you don't think it's good?
I'd rather go back to putting...
I always say, I've said that a bunch of times, that I thought that for a commercial, that's a good acting. You think the acting's no good on that?
It's horrendous.
Really?
What's in your wallet?
I don't know. I just thought...
She's good. Her face is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
But... it's such a phony, or something is wrong with her in that commercial.
Really?
Yes.
I like it.
Oh, God.
All right.
The poop's coming. I'm telling him. I'm going with him. You're looking what's out. My friend's son is 18, and we still tease him when he was 2, when we had to all go out and stand in the yard.
Because of how...
he let one go in the living room, and before we could change it, we just all had to go stand in the yard for a minute and leave him in the house by himself. That's how bad it was.
2 years old?
Yeah, roughly. You know, he was moving. He was walking.
That's about the age. You can handle the first 2 years, but they start smelling like way different.
Right.
Oh, my God.
We still kid him. I'm sure on his prom this year, I'm going to get to remind him for the umpteenth embarrassing year. Remember when we had to go stand in the yard? We had to stand in the yard.
You change the diapers?
Yeah, I do all that. I change the diapers, but I just, that day I was like, I don't want to do.
That's one thing you learn when you become a father. There's a lot of fathers. I won't touch that shit.
No, you can't.
You gotta do it.
You gotta get in there. Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Look, it's fucking weird to try to clean shit around like, a fucking vagina, but you got to do it.
You do the vagina thing,
What am I going to do? I have
weird
to.
Is that?
What am I going to do? Clean her shit and then leave the shit in her vagina? I can't do that.
No, that's a good dad.
I got to clean it all.
You ever think that a day would come, I got to be careful about this, that you would look at a vagina differently?
No. I know.
Because we're trained when you see a vagina, you're like, a vagina! You lose your mind, and now it's like,
now
it's got to clean that shit out.
Yeah, almost everybody so I know, every pig idiot I know will switch over immediately. Right. You go, it's a little girl. It's my girl. I got to clean. I got to be a good dad. I got to do what you got to do. And I've never, like
I said, I got to be. You don't even think twice about it. No, but exactly. My point is, it's so weird that
you got the weird, creepy friend to come in and say that while you're doing it. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
No, some of the shit some of my friends have walked in.
Really?
I've heard. Well, I don't have children. but I've heard, when dads are talking about doing this, and then you got the one creepy friend that walks in that you've known since forever and go, hey, boo. I remember when I fingered her for the first time. Hey, get the fuck out of here right now.
Don't talk about vaginas in any sexual way when I'm trying to clean shit out of my daughter.
No, exactly. Just get the fuck out of here, you idiot.
Yeah, fucking
just
dickhead.
Get the fuck out of here, you
The other
idiot.
thing is, I'm waiting for my son to realize he has a big piece.
Oh, nice. Always good.
Yeah.
Always good.
He doesn't have a clue yet. But it's huge.
It's a little bigger than normal.
That's
like,
great.
there's going to come a day he's going to realize he's got a big piece.
No, I know. I remember my friend's dad. I think I've even told this on here. My friend's dad came in talking about his little brother because the dad saw it for the first time. He just happened to cruise by the bathroom, and he comes in the living room, looks at us, and goes, have you seen so-and-so? And we all went, we saw him about 20 minutes ago, and he went, no, have you seen so-and-so? And we're like, he's a man. He's 13. He's a man. We're like, all right, way to go.
Boy, is he going to have some fun.
Oh, yeah. And he is right now.
Anyway, I guess we did some radio. We should break so Vic can eat over here.
What do you got, Vic?
I have a bagel.
Oh, nice.
And we have porterhouses coming from
apparently, allegedly,
steakhouse and onion rings.
All right.
We got David Duchovny coming in today.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
He's got a book out called Bucky Fucking Dent.
That's interesting.
That's every Red Sox's,
Is he a Red Sox guy? I would imagine. Right?
No, that's when, he hit the home run, and that's what all the Boston people say. That year he broke their hearts. It became a euphemism for the Red Sox's frustration until they won in 2000.
Right.
Whenever, Bucky, it was never Bucky Dent. After he crushed them, it became Bucky fucking Dent. You're not allowed to say it. Yeah, you can't say Bucky Dent. You have to say Bucky fucking Dent. Just like I used to say, mine never caught on, but mine was a Dave motherfucking Winfield.
Dave motherfucking Winfield.
I thought Dave Winfield was such a beast that you should have to mandatory say
Didn't he get
Dave
drafted in the first round by didn't he play baseball, football, and basketball?
Padres and basketball.
Winfield?
Somebody.
It was basketball, definitely.
Yeah. I thought it was football.
It might have been football too. I know it was definitely baseball. And basketball.
I think it was baseball. Basketball.
Wow.
Did you say David fucking Winfield?
Dave motherfucking
Winfield after he killed that seagull?
No, wasn't that Randy Johnson? Or did he
I think
the
Winfield
bird too?
got one too.
All right.
What, with a hit?
Yeah.
Winfield was throwing a ball from the outfield and took out a bird.
Wow.
Am I right?
I know Randy Johnson.
Yes,
definitely.
that's a classic. That's nothing.
That was a pitch, though, right?
That was a pitch. Right.
And that
Winfield,
thing exploded. Winfield, we got to go. Please find the. Is that even online?
The fact that George Steinbrenner would get a private detective to try to dig up that Dave Winfield had gonorrhea is my favorite. That's how much he was trying to get out of the. But that I think at the time that was like 10 years, 200.
Oh, here we go.
It was a whole bunch of money at the time.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Dave motherfucking Winfield.
Play this one.
At number 7, Hall of Famer Dave Winfield found himself spending time in court after beating a seagull between innings of a game in Toronto in 1983. The city of Toronto later apologized.
What do you mean, beat a seagull?
Beat a seagull, I guess, in between innings. I guess he...
I thought he threw a ball and it...
He did. They're just...
Oh, they're just being...
saying, yeah.
He defeated...
Why did they have to go to court, though, for that?
Goddamn Canadians.
Yeah.
Travis,
and there's Celine Dion.
I don't remember the entire story, but it was in between innings. He was warming up.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't purposely try to take out the bird. I
don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, both of them were accidents. Randy Johnson's was a complete.
That's insane, though. That one is
that
crazy.
Ball just that bird just flew right into the direction that he was pitching. It's amazing.
That's what you say in the South. That was nothing but feathers and beaks. Feathers. So it's going sparrow hunting with a shotgun.
I'm happy that you specify that because in the beginning, I think you just came into the show and were just spewing Southern shit. And I was like, I understand every sixth word you say.
I know.
Because it was just like, but when you say feathers and beaks, I'm like, oh, that's some nice down south shit. Yeah. But when you don't specify it, because I just listen to everything, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is he even talking about? But now, feathers and beaks, all right, I'm going to say that.
Hey, that sounds like it could be an all right place to hang out.
Yeah.
Feathers and beaks.
Feathers and beaks.
Go down to the bar.
Right.
That's every kid would get a shotgun before you're way too young.
Feathers and beaks, if it's a bar.
No, you don't want to go to
that could be a little rough. A restaurant, I think you're all right if it's a restaurant.
Either way. But that's what happens. Every kid gets the shotgun before you're supposed to in the South, and you walk right out in the front yard and shoot a sparrow, and just and nothing. All you get is feathers and beaks. That's it. Yeah, that's all you get. Just dust. Nothing's going to happen when you shoot a sparrow with a 12-gauge shotgun. It's the stupidest thing, and you don't even barely know you hit it.
Yeah.
You see it looks like smoke almost. It's like boom. You're like, oh, good for me.
This is years ago at this point, but Kenny was driving me home, and a bird flew right in front of our car, and it just exploded like fireworks.
Like blood and everything all over?
It was more like feathers and beaks.
Boom.
But you're like, how is it possible that one bird has this many feathers?
They all into the car?
Yeah.
Or he ran over it?
No, he made the wrong turn, and because it's really hard to hit a bird if you think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So it went head first into the side of the car? Like, I don't understand.
Side, and this thing exploded.
Wow.
There were feathers for fucking days.
Feathers for days.
For
fucking days.
So David Duchovny's coming in, Bucky fucking Dent. This book's getting really good reviews. A seriously entertaining fable that doesn't take itself too seriously. Duchovny is a witty writer, and he's especially good at conjuring these oddball voices.
I was going to say, he was a regular on Gary Shandling back in the day when he was doing Larry Sanders, and they had an inside thing. They had a running storyline. It was one of the most clever, smart, funny things ever. It was really, the guy's as sharp as a tack as far as Californication was. I saw a few episodes of that. That might still be on, and I'm clueless and don't know.
I think it's in its final season.
No, it's gone.
Or was that last year?
That's been off the air for years.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm always up to date. They're playing 151 games in baseball this year.
I did about 3 seasons of Californication. Then I was like,
can't do it.
But I really loved it.
I'm saying there's a whole lot of things that I'll bail out on. Once I get to 40, it didn't mean I didn't enjoy the first 40. But again, I get to a point and I'm like, okay, fine.
See, I didn't even know it was off the air.
Yeah.
I think 2014.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on for like 7 hours.
That's lovely.
Yeah, he looks all right. He looks all right.
That's way better than Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, he's cute.
That's way better than Caitlyn.
There's a comedian, I went to an open mic during the week, and there was a comedian up there who said that his father just like became a woman, but he was a businessman, and he said that his father went on a business trip, just to another country like all his family would ever know, and he must have went to Thailand and came back and just walked through the door, hadn't told his wife, hadn't told his kids, hadn't told anyone, just walks back through the door as a woman, and he's like, we need to talk. And the wife, his mother, came down the stairs, the wife, and it's like, Jim? Is that you?
God,
and he's just sitting at the table like a full blow. Could you imagine? And this guy was like, I just feel like I got to start stand-up comedy now. I'm like, yep, you got fucked, dude. That's the shit that turns where you're like, okay, now I got to go hit the stage and I'm fucked for the rest of my life.
Now you know that person's going to be funny.
Hilarious. Because he was telling he had a lot of punchlines in it, but the audience was more like captivated. Like you couldn't even be funny because this just happened to him last week.
But that's how the guy did it.
Didn't even tell his wife. Could you
probably should at least tell his wife.
Tell your wife, like, hey,
you can't come through the door as a woman.
Then he just calls a family meeting. It's like, well, shit's different now, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just go sit down and listen to you.
Wow. That's rough.
We're on vacation. See y'all in 6 weeks.
Yeah, see y'all in 6 weeks.
They're saying he absolutely threw the ball on purpose at the Seagull, and that's probably why they...
why he got in trouble by the Canadian.
He claimed it was an accident.
I love when the listeners will always fill in the blanks for you.
A police officer saw what happened and thought it was intentional, so he got arrested.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was charged with animal cruelty.
He was really mad. Anne Murray wasn't number 1 that day.
Well, let's get a few plugs in here, boys. Chris Distefano.
I'm at Magoobies.
I like Magoobies.
I love everybody likes Magoobies.
You get a door deal?
Yeah.
It's I don't know yet. No. I'll just go there. He just gives me a lot of bourbon and then we talk about it at the end of the week.
We talk about it.
Well, there's a really good barbecue joint near there, and the dude's from Alabama, and he played for the Colts for a million years in the 50s. His name's Andy Nelson, and I go to Andy Nelson's barbecue, and the owner gives me a lot of bourbon, and we hash it out.
So that's a good fucking.
It's always a good week at Magoobies. That's what
How
Chris
is that
was saying.
bourbon?
Different bourbons, different things.
How is that though?
I don't drink a lot of it. It makes me mean.
It makes you mean.
Yeah. I can only do about two or three. Then I get ugly. I'll start arguing.
That brown liquor.
Over nothing. Diana Ross and the Supremes are the greatest fucking. I'll just go off on some goddamn tangent about nothing that makes nothing. Exactly.
They're not bad. Diana Ross's sister was the dean of my school in graduate school. I have a picture with my diploma with Diana Ross's sister.
What's her name?
I don't know.
You don't even know?
I don't know, but I have the picture. She has nice silver hair.
Yeah.
Truly?
I swear to God, yeah, it's the truth.
Don't talk about her tits just in case you listen to this at a future date.
By the way, I've gotten like 5 or 6 tweets that people did not know Louis Anderson was gay, so that's not common knowledge as we all may think.
All right, it's in one of the
multiple
books.
tweets.
But they're also calling you out on your blood pressure. They said that blood pressure would mean you're dead.
Tell whoever tweeted that's fucking bullshit.
Dr. Ginger?
Okay, Dr. Ginger. 175 over 25. The gap between the systolic and diastolic is crazy, but I didn't say 175 over 25. I said 175 over 105. 105. Right. So
you sure? I thought I heard something.
They said something like
diastolic pressure was high. Yeah, 190. Oh, 190. I'm sorry. 190 over 110, 105. I didn't say over 25, Dr. fucking Ginger Beer.
Ginger Beer.
Dr. Ginger Beer House.
Is she a real doctor or does she play one on Twitter?
Oh, look at that. Look at those tits.
All right,
no, I'm joking. I'm joking. That was just a callback, Dr. Ginger. I didn't mean anything by it.
How long were you in trouble for that one?
Oh, God, a couple of days. And then I made it worse because I went to University of Massachusetts and it was a snowstorm. And because I didn't come home that night and want to risk my life through a fucking ice storm and left Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., she gave me shit for that. And she said when she was calling me when it was 8 o'clock in the morning, I was driving home, she's like, why couldn't you come home last night? I'm like, it was a snowstorm. She's like, yeah, you're probably jerking off to the placenta, bitch. That's what she said to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
She would rather you drive home in an ice storm.
Yeah. I was like, I was driving home in the ice storm jerking off to the placenta tits.
Wow.
Who's this? Oh,
it's Diana Ross's sister.
I told you.
Doctor.
I told you.
She's a doctor.
Yeah, I have a doctorate degree. I went to graduate when I got a doctorate degree from New York Institute of Technology, osteopathic medicine. See, she went to Michigan State.
Dr. Barbara Ross.
Yep.
That's
I have the diploma at home. Picture with her.
A little manly, right? Am I the only one?
No, she's cute though. And I remember
maybe she just took a bad picture that day.
I'm bringing the picture one day because it was a hot day. Graduated in May, and my lips were so dry for some reason. And you have to smile, and there's 300 of us. My lips, my fucking gums are like stuck to the top, and I have like the sickest cotton mouth. And that's the picture that's like framed all over my house. And my mother's like, yeah, and my mouth looks like I look like I have no lips.
Did she tell people it's
I look like Fire Marshal Bill.
Did she tell people it's Diana Ross's sister?
Always. She forget. Yeah, she doesn't even bother tell them that like I have this degree. She's like, oh, that's Diana Ross's sister. Yeah, and they're like.
I used to love Fire Marshal Bill. That was one of the greatest things.
We're going to take a break. We got Brad Williams.
All right.
The midget comic. He's coming in today.
First time I ever did your show. First time I ever did your show ever was I was on with Brad Williams up in Montreal.
I'm hosting for him. I'm hosting for him all weekend at Gotham.
At Gotham?
Yes,
nice.
First time you did our show was in Montreal?
Yeah, 2013. But then I didn't do it again for like a year. Because I just had, you had a lot of comics just passing through. Yeah, in Montreal.
That meant you weren't that great.
Probably. I just sat there. I probably was. Well, I was terrified. It was first time I was on it. It was Colin Quinn, David Tell, Bobby Kelly, John Mulaney, you guys.
Wow. That's
Joe DeRosa. I couldn't say, I did say one thing that stunk, and then Bobby Kelly was like, "That's the bullshit you're gonna come out with, kid. You're gonna fire out with that bullshit. What the fuck, And I was like, so I fucking went into a shell.
There he is.
There you are.
Yeah, see, with my stupid... Look at how fucking... My face was disgusting there. Look at how fat and bloated I was.
With your Coke shirt on.
With my Coke shirt on.
Sitting right next to Kurt Metzger.
Yeah, and I said Joe DeRosa's... Everyone was saying what his arm tattoo looked like. I said it looked like a ladder.
Should have got a laugh.
It got a decent laugh.
That should have got
But Bobby was like, that's all you could come up with?
That's all you got, kid?
He just fucking tried to ruin me.
Right. Well,
I love Bobby.
Well, I'm still waiting for Bobby to get back to me to find out if he's doing the last Friday show with me.
So, he was supposed to be here last Friday.
I'll get back to you.
He's busy. He's a busy man.
I'm still waiting. He's going to do the last Friday show with me.
He's a very busy man.
Look at everybody.
He's a big star, that Bob Kelly. He's getting some acting.
Oh, yeah. He's a great actor, Bobby.
Oh, and David Duchovny, which we said.
Yes,
so we got a busy show. We're going to continue. We're going to eat now. Stay there.
The show will be right back. Sirius 206, XM 103. Sirius 206, XM 103. The show is back.
Oh, yeah, we're back. Chris Distefano, Vic Henley. We're doing it on a Friday.
Having a good time.
Hey, man, nice shot. This is Filter.
Yes, it is.
I think it is. It's Hey, man, nice shot. It's Filter, I think.
Filter?
Yeah, you're
right. Am I right, Travis? Yes, I'm right.
You nailed it.
You know,
if I was going to guess.
I smoked a lot of weed and still remember
You know what this song's about, though?
Yes, I do.
Come on.
Oh, go.
Come on.
No, I don't. You're going to tell me. Come on. I know. It's something good.
Come on. You got
I don't know. No, I don't. It's,
Come on.
I can't remember. I just remember stealing every one of these 90s CDs that I could get my hands on. It's about Foxworthy and I had a contest when we'd go to the radio station to see who could get the most. My record was 37 out of the prize closet.
Oh, wow.
37.
Now, you guys told me who this is, but I just wanted...
But tell him what it is. I don't remember.
You told me who this is already.
It's Filter.
No, he told you.
He told you, but if I had to guess, and this is an honest guess, and just tell me if you would have been like, okay, that's close. Yeah. If I would have guessed, if you said, Chris, who is this? I would have said 9 Inch Nails.
That's not
bad, right?
Not bad.
Travis gave me an okay look.
Yeah, he's all right with that.
Yeah.
Close.
That's a little closer than you usually are.
Usually I get, but I just wanted to show you guys that I'm trying.
You got a kid with a poopy diaper. You're doing the best you can.
I'm doing the best I can.
The song's about the dude that called the press conference, the politician, and killed himself in front of everybody.
That's a sick video.
Took the fucking gun out of a paper bag.
That's the only... I was cautioned not to watch it, and I watched it, and it's haunting.
It is
That's a haunting one.
Brutal to watch.
Like you see... Oh, and here we go. Teeing it up.
It's Budweiser.
Ouch. Yes. Ouch.
Can you even tweet shit like this out?
Huh?
Can you even tweet shit like this out?
I don't know. I get nervous. I don't
Probably
know.
Probably not. Because this is raw, unedited foot. Like, this is... You see this guy's fucking head explode.
Yes. Bad
Wow,
news
YouTube
bears.
allows this, huh?
No.
Okay.
I guess
just hang on to that right for the moment.
All right, hang on.
He hands out letters.
Don, there's some things for you to do.
Oh, I can't believe this is up.
This is for you to read. They're all like, what? Can you pause? Pause. He's handing out these letters, and that guy's like, "Oh, all right, thank you. I'll read it. I'll read it.
I'll give it to my
secretary. Has no idea what's about to happen." And then the guy pulls out, I thought it was a paper bag, but it looks like more of an envelope, right?
A manila envelope.
The
one
legal
of those manila envelopes. Can I have a manila envelope, please?
Do you have a manila envelope?
This is bad.
I need a manila envelope.
This is bad.
It's from my handgun.
All right. All right, push play.
Oh, my God.
No. Please leave the room if this will. This will hurt someone.
Boom. Please leave the room if this is going to upset you. He said something.
All right. I had to turn my head. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, but
I used to be able to watch all
why
this
did
shit.
Why did he do that again? Something corrupt scandal?
Yeah, he was. I don't know exactly anymore, but he was being brought up on something.
He found out what Dennis Hastert found out yesterday, the former Speaker of the House. That dude got 4 people have now come out saying he molested him when he was a wrestling coach in Michigan.
Oh, see, that's
and he was alone. He was Speaker of the House for about 8 years,
and he's going to go. He's going to go down for that.
He's going to go down for it. Yeah. One of the victims is passed away, but the other 3, they're
Jesus.
Yeah, it's awful.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was in the paper yesterday. I believe I call it the paper.
The paper.
So a lot of people call it reading your computer screen.
Yeah,
the paper.
A lot of people call it an app.
But correct. Yes, absolutely. There are many names for the paper.
I read 2 newspapers every morning just out of habit.
I love that they're in here. I always like it.
It's more like pretty much everything that's in there. I already knew about from the online yesterday. Whatever.
I still like the
They're
comics.
about a day behind newspapers at this point. Yeah. About a day, like half a day behind.
Yeah.
See, if George Wallace would have had the moment of clarity that politician just had, the whole bunch of black people in Alabama would be really happy to this day. That'd be where the idiot kills himself and everybody wins.
Right. Good old George Wallace.
Yes, exactly. My governor, when I was growing up, and my parents said, "This is our leader." Okay, good. I don't believe anything you're telling me now for the rest of my life.
Your parents?
So yeah, he's the governor. You need to pay attention.
Oh, they were happy that he was the governor.
They're old. Yeah.
Oh, wow, they're old school.
What did George Wallace do?
He stood in the doorway at the University of Alabama in the 60s and said, "Segregation now, segregation forever." Blah blah. It's one of the most classic black and white racist speeches of all time.
Racist. Okay, yeah.
No, he was a good guy that paid attention to people and cared about the common man.
I've seen this guy's face.
Where the fuck have you been?
I've seen George Wallace's face.
Learn some racism, goddammit.
So he's a good guy.
But then my favorite thing about him is he switches over after being one of the most hateful, horrible, racist mongers of all time. By the time I'm in college, so by 84, he comes out of retirement, runs for governor again, and wins on the strength of the black vote because he convinces all the black people in Alabama. I was just kidding. I was just acting up, hanging out with my friends, running with the wrong crowd.
And he was able to turn all those
people. He flipped it and won. Yeah, he flipped it and won in the 80s.
I didn't know that's what got him the victory. But I guess he needed that.
He won. I
needed that vote.
I was getting in trouble my first year of comedy because when I would go there and work, I would see black people in the audience. I'm like, "You're really buying this shit? You're really fucking buying this shit?" And they people would go, "No, what, huh?" And I'm like, "Really? I can't. This is awful that you're buying this shit." He was in the wheelchair at the time. He'd already been. He ran for president. He was one of the first third party crazy guys. He called himself a Dixiecrat.
Right.
And in like 1972-ish, he was going to be the third party guy, like any other jackass has tried that. And then a dude shot him.
Ross Perot.
Yeah, right. A dude shot him. A guy named Arthur Bremer shot him doing the famous thing. I'm going to shoot him because everybody will know my name. Vic Henley's going to say my name 40 years later on the radio.
Yeah. Right.
And that's why the guy killed him.
Or
shot him, didn't kill him.
He was paralyzed. In a good old wheelchair.
That was
1972.
Yes, I think so. Pretty much. Yeah.
When I was 9 or 10 years old, I went to Bermuda with my mother. It was just, I think, anytime my mom would go through a breakup with one of her boyfriends, she would take me on a trip somewhere.
Good.
So I would always be like, "Come on, break up with Rich. He's a dick. I want to go to Disney."
No, my mom was a single mom. I went through some of that too. I enjoyed that.
And it's funny because anytime my dad would be like, "What's going on this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, Mom's taking me to Florida." She's like, "Oh, guess she broke up with Steve."
I love that.
It was the same thing.
I love that.
And I remember Ross Perot was in Bermuda just the same time vacationing with his family.
Yeah.
And he was walking down the beach and he gave me a Diet Pepsi. And and that was nice, but then my mother was like, "You can't drink this Diet. You're fucking 9 years old. What do you give you?
Why can't you drink a Diet Pepsi?"
I don't know. She took it. Well, I guess because my mom was trying to shed the fucking breakup weight.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's when you would go on vacation, though.
Yeah, no, I swear. Like and it was instant. It wasn't like, "Oh, like this is a thing we have planned." Like it was literally, I would come home. Classic day if my mom went through a breakup. My dad would take me out. I'd, be playing catch with them, basketball. Or my dad would have me for 3 hours on a Wednesday. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We come up the stairs, 9 p.m., 9:05. I would see a polished off bottle of White Zinfandel, Sutter Home White Zinfandel, and I knew some shit was going down. she was on the phone. She'd always be on the phone, mascara running down, crying with her friend Barbara. It was always Barbara who she would call. And then she would hang up the phone and be like, "Honey, I have some news. Me and Phil broke up, but I have some good news coming your way. 2 tickets to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're going to the Amish country. Me and you." And I'm like, "Great." One time she took me on a cruise to Canada. I was like, "This fucking sucks."
How do you take a cruise to Canada?
We went on a cruise to Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I was going to say Halifax.
You went that way.
She
didn't go that way.
She broke up with this guy, Rich, and she was like, "What are you doing this weekend?" I was like, "Well, I'm 11, so you tell me what I'm doing this weekend."
Right.
And she was like, "Well, we're going to Nova Scotia." I was like, "What the? I don't even know what that means." No, it was great, but we went on a cruise.
When I think Canada, I just think Montreal and Toronto. So I'm thinking, how do you cruise to Montreal?
Vancouver's amazing. You can also cruise all up through there. Too.
I do understand how the map works in general, but in my stupid head, that's all I think about when you mention Canada.
My mom had the barber friend, and she had a friend named Margaret, and Margaret had a daughter named Brandy. And so when they would break up at the same time, I would be on it would be me and Brandy. She's 11, I'm 11. We're sitting there going, "Where are we going? We're going to Orlando."
Yeah,
same kind of just. We're going to go to the glass bottom boats in Crystal Springs.
Oh, that's nice.
Just every white trash.
Were these guys trying to be your new father? Any of these guys?
One was trying to be my new dad, he was pretty cool, I like, but then he left my mom, he dumped my mom and started dating the woman across the street, and then it was just like, it was bad news. But that's how I knew, like...
Did he still play a catch with you?
I think he tried to.
Across the street?
Yeah, he's fucking being a dick.
Long toss.
Before he went in for some tail? Why don't we throw the ball around?
Well, that's the coolest thing I ever saw my dad do was, even though my parents were divorced my entire life, because my dad always respected my mom, it's my mom. When that happened, because my mother was fucked up. Could you imagine? She was dating this guy for 2 years, and then he's literally dating a woman who's 20 years younger right across the street.
Oh, fuck.
And my dad came to pick me up one Saturday morning and was like, "Where's Jim?" And then I told him what happened, and he went and rang the bell and fucking punched this guy right in the face.
Oh, nice. I love that.
And was like, "Look," and he said something to the effect like, "Hey, this is my kid's mother, and she's fucking sitting up there crying. Now my kid's not getting his bacon, egg, and cheese or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be getting. You need to fucking watch it. And then this guy broke up with that woman pretty soon after, because my dad was like, I'll come down back here every Saturday and punch you right in the nose.
So your dad was still looking out for your mom?
My dad was looking out for my mom. Even though my dad was remarried and all that, my dad was like, look, because that shit is affecting you. If it's affecting your mom, it's affecting you. I can't have it.
Right.
Cool. So that's a cool thing I saw my dad do.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
All right. We can move on a little bit. Do you want to just keep, you want to just continue being silly? Or we go
I feel like silly's best, right?
Last time I checked, it's your radio.
That's
Let's
true.
just go stupid.
Yeah, whatever you want me to do. If you want me to switch and go to politics, I can do that as well.
It's your name on the microphone.
No, you can't.
You want to? Oh, yeah, that's true.
You're not good at that.
I can do that.
Not that I'm great at it, but wow.
If you want to plug more suicide videos, whatever you need to do.
I guess he was acquitted. Someone reminded me, thank you, Snowy. I know Snowy. He's a good egg. That guy ended up killing himself for nothing. The man ended up being acquitted. I did know that.
Oh, man. So he was innocent. Blew his brains
he's
out.
an old guy, though. He was like, fuck it.
Boy, good God.
I've lived my life.
Yeah, that's horrible, though.
Maybe he doesn't look that old. He was probably late 60s, if I had to guess, right?
Yeah, but still, if I didn't do anything, I'm not blowing my goddamn brains out. It'd be a long, sad day. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy if I blew my goddamn brains out.
Wait a minute. He was born when? Are we looking at...
I don't know, something that's going to make me turn around.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
He was born in 1939. He died in 80. You're looking at a 47-year-old?
I was going to say, if I had that much to live for, I don't think if the case was still open.
He looks like shit at 47.
Yeah, that's a hard life.
Yeah,
he looks pretty rough. I thought I looked bad at 46.
Holy shit, he looks like garbage. I thought he was in his 70s.
No, I look wonderful compared to him at 46.
47, you still look like shit.
Yeah,
that's rough.
That's all that whole milk.
Yeah. It's all that curd. Yeah.
It's all that fucking cheese. That's 47?
Wow.
He
doesn't look good at all.
I swear to God, I would have said maybe 60, late 60s.
I would have guessed 64.
I would have said 65, right?
At least 60.
I'd have gone right down the middle. I'm with Chris. I'd have gone right down the middle. 65. Jesus Christ. That's road hard. That's bad.
I don't know. We got another one of these stories. We bring them up a lot, but I can't help myself. Texas middle school teacher admits to sending nude photos to former students.
Okay.
On Snapchat.
Former student.
This was all our fantasies growing up. And you're talking about some people get pissed off when we have these stories.
I mean, it's not going to stop. It's been going on for years.
This was our fantasy. As long as the kids are like, let me see. A Texas middle school teacher arrested after a dirty show and tell with one of her former students. Kylie, a teacher at Huntington Independent School District, was arrested on Thursday, admitted to Texas Rangers she sent nude photos to a minor on Snapchat. Okay, how old is the kid, though? 28-year-old educator wants the boy's English teacher sent him a series of sexts in December. How old is he?
They're always hot.
14, that's, look... It's a little young.
But they're always hot, the teachers.
I'm thinking when they're like 16, 17.
That's okay.
That's when you were really fucking thinking about that shit.
But would you get mad? Your son at 14 gets a nudie from the teacher. Do you get mad?
Dude, you know what? Someone called me out on that on this fucking show, and I think at the time I was like, no. But then I really thought about it. I'm like, I don't think he would be affected by it, but as a parent, you got to be like,
you got to say something.
Of course.
I don't know.
Of course.
This is what makes Donald Trump angry, is because the Texas Rangers are working on shit like this.
Right.
Instead of blocking the border somewhere, they're running down juniors.
I'm looking at Snapchats of this woman's tits. But meanwhile, how many fucking illegal heroin rings are going on? The entire Mexican cartel took over San Antonio, but they're on Snapchat.
Every now and then,
there's a Congo line of drug dealers, you know.
He literally had to say Texas Rangers. I went, oh yeah, those guys are still in business. It's not until you hear it out loud that I go, Walker's still in business.
They have a whole sex offender teacher division.
My cutoff, I think, is like 16.
16?
Got to be. If they can drive. If you can drive to the sex.
Although some 16-year-olds are very immature, but I remember being 16 and we all would sit around talking about the fucking teacher.
They were always
thinking about it.
Yes. Right. You know.
Because they were the only ones that looked like women.
I always refer back to the South Park greatest one of all time because they just made it the baby. Ike the baby was the one that was getting laid. Right. So they just, and all the cops are talking to him in the police station. Yeah. And they're like, ooh, talk slower. It's just,
I think you thought about this stuff in junior high before the women around you developed, the girls developed.
Right.
So, you're hanging out with your guy friends, and the teachers were the ones that looked like women. So you were always fantasizing about them.
Right.
But, 14's young.
Hot for teacher, Van Halen. It's on for a reason.
When I was young, I hooked up with my, she was my lunch monitor when I was in kindergarten. I didn't hook up with her in kindergarten, obviously. I hooked up to her when I was like 19, 20. So I was legal. But
it was the same person 14 years later or
exactly.
Whatever,
so it was kind of cool.
I think that's a little creepy.
You still think?
Am I the only one?
I don't know.
Well, she must have been 21, 22 when I was with my lunch monitor.
You ran into her at a bar?
Well, no, my dad used to run the sports program at the parish that I went to, so I would go back, and she had kids of her own. Well, then, so one of her kids was playing ball, and my dad was the coach, and I was, my dad. I used to come teach the basketball clinic, and her kid was in my clinic, and she was like, "Oh, I remember you used to be your kindergarten monitor," and I was like, "Oh, okay, and I see you again," and then she gave me her phone number. And then the next thing you know, she's fucking jerking me off at the fucking in the same building where she used to fucking give me grilled cheese sandwiches and take the crust off, because I'm
a little creepy.
It was hot. I thought it was hot.
Because she remembers you as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Or she possibly remembers you, making in your pants.
She been thinking about
and she mentioned it. It's not like she might
have had an extra pair of underpants for you.
It turned her on.
She played that card, baby.
She played that card, man.
That's a little creepy.
That's right.
It was fun in the moment.
I know you were 19 at the time. But
19? I did it for the story when I was 19,
But knowing that she knew you when you were 5, that's a little creepy.
A little much. I think. And what's interesting, too, because even though, I had an older friend, right? I had an older friend who was probably maybe 25, 26 at the time. And I remember coming telling him that all my boys, the story, all my boys. I remember telling him that the kid's mind was like, yeah, fucking that's sick. And then he, an hour later, was like, you all right, brother? He was like, you had fun and all that? And he was asking me questions. He was kind of like, you good? It's all it's fun. He's like, you good? It's you wanted to do it and all that? And I'm like, yeah. So he kind of felt like you a little bit.
No, it's just, just knowing that she knew you when you were 5.
He's like,
that makes it a little strange.
Yeah, he's like, don't start a relationship.
But he wanted to be the one to blow up your spot.
Right.
So no one else gets to enjoy this.
Yeah. No, because it was sick. Oh, yeah, that was the first thing. And then
I didn't consider that.
How this all goes down, we all know. If you're, and I have to say it, and this is bad, but I'm talking about 16, 17-year-olds. If you're lucky enough to have sex with your teacher, you gotta brag about that. You're not going to your father all distraught, I gotta tell you what happened today. But you're bragging to your friends, and then there's one asshole among your group that has to either be the do-gooder or he's jealous, and he's the one that blows up your spot.
Yeah, it's never the guy.
Right. In general, it's never the kid himself. Because he's loving it. He's like, holy fuck, this is the greatest thing ever.
But what do you think it is from the female point of view? Because now this is an epidemic. It happens every month. You're going to get a teacher sexual abuse case, but they don't stop. So you think it's just... Is it something where they see the young kids and they can't control it? What is it? I mean, because by now it's like you have to know you're going to get caught. She had to know if she's Snapchatting her tits. Right. You're going to get caught, and your face is going to be on the Huffington Post or whatever it is.
I haven't been able to get one woman to send me one naked picture ever in my entire. I don't really care. I don't even know if I've asked, but I don't think I don't think I could get one woman to send me. I can get maybe a woman to let me see her naked, but I'm not going to. I've never been able to get one woman ever to send me a naked from Polaroid, from Shake It Like a Polaroid picture, Outcast, till now, and especially in this day and age. And it seems to be the women are the ones that are getting caught more here lately.
Always,
they're
always the ones.
Lately it is,
And she's pretty damn sexy. This one,
they're always hot. They're never fucking. They're never a train wreck. They're always hot.
On her Rate My Teacher page, she received one review with 1 star in every category except easiness, where she got 5 stars. She sends nudes to her students, the anonymous review wrote.
No pun intended.
Oh, wow. That's how she got caught. She was charged with misdemeanor distribution of harmful material to a minor and released on $1,500 bond.
No jail time for that.
Well,
she's on bond. She's on bond. They're going to follow through with whatever.
They're going to figure it out. Yeah. But the other thing, and it's not fair, but we went through it, and I'm going to say it again. If you're a hot teacher, you don't get as much time in general.
Right.
We went through a whole list once. Sure. It was hilarious, the difference depending on what
women were getting life
as
opposed to
look like.
Yes. I bet
as opposed to community service.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You had double D's.
Yes. I said Dennis Hastert. He was the wrestling coach. These are same-sex sex crimes back when he was Speaker of the House, and they're going after him for something.
Right.
He's not out walking around on 15. He's out walking around, but not on 1,500.
Yeah. Right. It's a double standard.
Wow. This is every kid's fantasy. There were so many films about this in the 80s, like The Tutor. Yeah, and Hollywood, in a weird way, thought it was relatively normal because they did films on this.
Yeah. I mean, it is the ultimate fantasy. I would think that, banging your teacher, and I guess banging a librarian. Those are the.
I mean, I would have to do the right thing as a father, but I wouldn't be completely freaked out, depending on his age, obviously.
Sure.
I don't think he's going to be that messed up.
I'm pretty sure one of my older brothers, if not both of them, had sex with at least one of their teachers.
Really?
Probably.
At what ages is that?
When they were seniors, so they were both 18.
Seniors, you don't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, all right. But if you're a freshman, it's like, Jesus.
It was Vietnam.
I think my cutoff's around 16.
16?
I think it starts getting weird, but it's still wrong. I want everyone to know I know it's wrong.
Sure.
But because you sound like a fucking. You got to be careful with this shit. I understand it's wrong, but I don't think it's really.
Now, is that just a boy cutoff? What if your daughter's 16 and has sex with a male teacher?
Yeah, now
then it's like then I'm going to go fucking strangle the guy.
Sure.
And is that right?
Yeah, because what I'm saying, it's the
right?
same.
No, it's not right. Now you got a double standard. Now you're a hypocrite. Yeah,
because we always, because
women can't handle themselves, or they can't have their fun too. And I understand, but as I sit here, I would have to go and strangle that fucking guy.
Because if I would have asked you, the question
I'm
before,
not going to strangle the hot French teacher.
Right, because we always say that girls are more mature than guys. So it's like you're saying that you'd get mad at your 16-year-old daughter, but now your 16-year-old son. It's like, well, we always say that the girl is more mature than the guy. So it's like you should be less worried about the girl.
Look, but let's do this.
The girl.
It's very easy. So you got a 16-year-old boy.
Okay.
Having sex with the really hot French teacher.
Okay.
All right. Let that settle. 16-year-old girl having sex with the handsome or hot, let's say, social studies teacher.
Okay.
Just feels different.
Feels different.
So my friend had twin. There was a boy and a girl, and when they were both about 13 or 14, he was coaching up his little brother and didn't know his little sister was listening, so he's giving him the whole. And sometimes if you try to grab that ass, and she says, "Don't grab it one more time," because she might let you grab it. And all of a sudden he turns around and catches his sister. They're twins. It's a boy, and he goes, and in mid sentence goes, "And don't you ever let a motherfucker put a hand on you." And he went right from no doesn't mean no till and don't you dare, goddamn it. And I was sitting there at his house going, wow, this is here it is in a nutshell, right? Here it is. Here's the old double standard, fucked up, weird.
Yeah, here we go. The reason is because kids are growing up so fast. Boys at 9 years old have hairy balls.
What the fuck? Who is that?
It's Frank. I love Frank. Frank's the man. I know Frank. What's up, Frank? How you been, buddy?
What's up, folks? How you doing there, Tito?
Yo.
Love the show. I love this trio is like a motley crew. I love it.
Oh, thanks. Nice. I really like doing radio with these guys when Jimmy's out. These guys.
It takes two psychopaths to make up for one
Jimmy.
Not even. We're still halfway behind. We're still only hitting 50%. Let's say.
And what really makes me happy is, as much as it pains you, Opie, we got rid of the Jews. Makes me happy as much as it pains you, Opie. We got rid of the Jews.
I do have to say this.
I do like those guys.
Yeah, I'm still sad by that whole fucking thing.
I do like those guys.
We're doing all right without them, but I'm pretty damn sad that that whole
like
thing went down.
Thing.
But what do you got? You're trying to tell me that boys at 9 have hairy balls?
So what I'm saying to you is I have my son who's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Has a kid, his best friend is actually 11. They both had hair under their arms and on their balls for the last 2 years. Okay? Hold on, I got more. And you got these girls, and my daughter's 13. Some of her friends at 9 or 10 have already had their periods. They got boobs. I mean, they're almost women.
Wow. That's crazy.
They're saying it's the hormones, right?
It's the
milk.
And the
chicken.
milk.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever it is, it's fucked up because these girls look fucking hot.
All right, Frank. Jesus,
Frankie.
All right, Frank.
No, but
get an ice pack.
But there is a double standard here because when I had sex with my teacher, and he was great.
Frank's trying out fucking some material.
I'm saying he's doing time.
Frank wants to be part of this.
He's doing his open mic set for us.
Hey, try the veal.
All right, Frank.
I heard about the 10-year-old period thing a couple of years ago.
Hey, cool.
All right, I gotta meet you, Frank. I have a picture of what you look like in my mind. I want to see if it matches up.
Listen,
I'm thinking like a mafia guy, a little bit of a mafia guy.
Be quiet over there. Last time we spoke, and I hung up. We were in the middle. Me, you, and Chris were talking, and you were like, "That's it? You hung up?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hate this radio shit. I want to have a conversation in the coffee shop.
Right. Of course. That's how I look at this shit.
Let's meet for coffee or a beer one day.
As long as you don't sit very close to me.
Yeah.
Did you hear the Chris Distefano watching football with a dude that's sitting right next to him on the couch and he still didn't know that the guy was trying to pick him up?
I can't, and I'll tell you though, Tito has shrunk over the last few years. I've seen the video. He used to have walnuts in his cheeks. Look how thin he is now.
Who?
He's saying you?
Me?
Yeah, you used to be a chubby fella.
Yeah, well, I used to drink too much.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's what it was.
What were you drinking?
I used to drink.
You're starting to look a little chiseled in the face there, Chris
A little bit, huh?
Yeah, all right.
Look at that picture.
You should watch more football games with dudes.
With dudes,
you would do okay.
Sperm keeps me lean.
Hey, Chris, one question for you, and I'm jumping.
Yeah.
How good is it for you to not keep the grudge up with the situation that happened to you a few years ago? That made you a better person.
With Pete?
With Pete?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the whole thing you could have handled it a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's you know what, man? I think especially when I had my daughter, you realize like that all that stuff is so meaningless, and you just move on with life, and it's all good.
I was gonna have both guys in last Friday, but then Pete bailed on us. So maybe he's not okay with it. I thought you guys were okay.
I mean,
Pete goes, "Yeah, I'll come in." I'm like, "All right, cool," but then he bailed. So I'm like, maybe they're not ready to do radio together yet.
Listen, it's all good.
It's all good.
I like both guys, so put me in a weird position.
Sure,
I had to kind of keep them separated for a while
on this one.
Oh no! Well, we had. I was dating a girl, and then we broke up, and then he started dating her. Right. So it was like, what are you going to do?
That's Bronco Billy.
It was strange.
You know Bronco Billy, Clint Eastwood. It's Clint Eastwood and Bronco Billy's talking to his friend. Yeah. And he goes, well, what were you in jail for? And he goes, I shot my wife. And she goes, what was she doing? He goes, fucking my best friend. He goes, why didn't you shoot him? He goes, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I got to jump. Can I get your daughter's number? Just kidding.
Wow.
There you go. Went creepy.
My God. All right.
Fucking Frankie balls.
And then here you go. Banged his high school teacher the day after graduation. What's your opinion on having sex with your friend's mom? I was friends with one kid in high school because his mom was ridiculously hot. I don't even know if me and the kid ever
really
should have been friends, but I remember I couldn't wait to go to his house after school.
Yeah.
We had
junior high. I was young, and I wasn't expecting anything to happen, obviously, but it was just like a weird fucking, you're getting your hormones turn on thing.
I remember when I was 14. I was 14, and we were all hanging out at a house, and then I went upstairs. The bathroom was on the second floor, and our friend had a smoking fucking hot mom, okay? I'm 14 years old, so I'm raging fucking hormone. I go use the bathroom. She was coming out of her room. She was getting dressed, and I was like, oh, sorry, and then going down. And she goes, how does this shirt look? And she had like a button-down shirt on, and I was like, it looks nice. Yeah. It's nice. And then she unbuttoned a button and like passed her bra and was like, how does it look now? And then I remember, like, I didn't know, like, what to do, and I just went to, like, go put my hand, like, on her tit. Like, my right arm just... I swear.
Right out of the graduate. Out of the graduate.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he didn't know what to do. He just reached over and put his hand right
on. Boy, did that fuck up his life.
So I went to go reach, and then she slapped my hand and was like, how dare you? Even though she just showed me her tits and antagonized me, and then all my friends, that group of friends that I had, didn't talk to me for 5 fucking years. They wanted to beat the shit out of me because apparently I tried to bang so-and-so's mom. It's like, she unbuttoned, she showed me her tits. I was 14 years old.
But how did it get to the point where everyone found out?
She told her son, hey, Chris is a fucking pervert. He just tried to suck my tits. I was like, first of all, I tried to grab your tits.
Right.
Second of all, you unbuttoned your shirt and showed me your tits. I'm 14.
You gotta, when you get home, you gotta throw your fucking Sirius XM radio out.
Oh my God! Shit! Oh fuck! I can't even believe. Because we're driving today too. There's no way I can listen to the show. I can't listen to the replay. And don't you fuckers tweet anything because she sees that shit too. No, now they're definitely gonna tweet it.
You gotta listen to the start of the show, but you can't listen to the radio this weekend now.
I talk about
just rip it out of your fucking car and throw it on.
But am I doing the wrong thing? Should I not be saying this stuff? Am I being a dick?
No, you
gotta just. Is it more her fault or am I being too open?
You know what? I mean,
you can't date a comic and be a tight ass about personal life being dragged in public. It's bad.
Because isn't this part of my job is to be as open as I can?
Yes,
I think it's her fault. I was
going to say that it's kind of. I hate to go, but it's
Because
I was with a girl back in the day that this radio show used to drive her fucking nuts.
I've heard that story a million times, right?
You've heard it from other radio guys?
A million times. For 30 years. I've heard this across the country in little markets and big markets. Sometimes,
I was always respectful.
Where's the line?
I wasn't taking a taste or any of that shit, but when you do the special when we were officially shock jocks, we got to see some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't handle it.
And that's understandable.
But I'm like, you knew what I did when we fucking met. I'm not fucking changing. This shit's working.
I know.
Yeah, because you can't really censor yourself.
But I'm not but I wasn't taking any taste.
We had a dude we had one dude in high school and he was sleeping with two moms and he sat on it till we were about 20. He was doing it when we were seniors, and he was sleeping with a couple. The one mom he slept with first told another mom, and she had to go find out if the rumor was true.
Really?
And he sat on this till we were like at least 20. And somewhere drunk in the middle of the night in college, somewhere carrying on. We all went, all right, well, look, we've always thought this. Is it true? And he finally went, yeah. And then right when he had us all on the hook, he went, and there's one more, and I'm not going to tell you who that one is. He sat on the second one. He wouldn't give us the second name.
And the whole reason for that, he knew you couldn't keep your fucking mouth shut.
Of course not.
He knew you would blow up his spot.
Yes, of course not. Yes. Well, of course. Who's going to pull that off? That's way better than your teacher.
That's
what's better? What's better, underage teacher or underage mom?
Right. Yeah, but that's what you're weighing in your head. Yeah. If you're in that situation, like, oh my God, I got to tell the fucking world. But if I do, they're going to blow up my spot.
And he was a good looking dude. He sat on it for a good couple of years.
Right.
Let's see. What's your opinion on, having sex with friend's mom? That's fucked up. So you're convinced as an older guy now that she was definitely hitting on you.
Of course. She told.
And then you reached for the boob.
I reached for the boobs. It wasn't even like, it's almost like my arms, I didn't have any control of my arms. It was all instant boner, instant, balls filled up, and my arm just went for her boobs.
Did you have hair on your balls?
Oh yeah, I was 14. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you exactly what I was probably wearing.
I want to know.
I'm just saying.
Fuck?
I probably.
Save that for your football buddy.
All right, forget
it. Save that for the next time you fucking watch the Giants with that dude.
All right, fine. I won't tell you that. But I remember fucking. And I
kind of want to know what you're wearing. I'll be honest. What were you wearing? What were you wearing?
Me at that time.
My interest.
At that time, I probably, let's see, what was that? I was 14, 84. So 1998, 99, I bet you I was wearing, I don't even know if you guys are going to know these. See, I thought I had I was black when I was a kid, so I probably had on an Nietzsche sweatsuit. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about.
No.
A Nietzsche sweatsuit.
This is where.
Yeah, velour. I have probably had on Air Force Ones, and I used to wear my hair like, blow out like that, and I would have a Nike headband on that I would wear constantly. and I never smoked. I never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I always had a pack of Newports on me because that's what every other kid had.
All right.
Yeah, because I thought it was black. So I always had, and that's probably what I was wearing. And then these kids wanted to beat the, like, I literally was getting fucking threats like, yo, you banged so-and-so's mom, you scumbag, or you tried to. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And then 2 years later, she fucked one of our friends. Full blown fucked one of our friends.
Real?
This is all real. Full blown fucked one of our friends, and
so they let you off the hook at that point.
Yeah, and then I was let back into the group because I wasn't as bad as the other kid who actually had sex with somebody's mom.
Dude, if you put images for Chris Distefano as young, it came up first as young Chris Distefano. Look, the one dude that is in the images. Wearing a fucking muscle shirt pulled up past his boobies or whatever. His boo-boos. As kids, we would call our friend's mom hot just to piss him off. I don't have time to go to this because we got to take a break and get Brad in here. We really should have broke before now.
All right,
Brad Williams is going to join our little party here. And then we got David Duchovny. Mark in Houston, in senior year, the math teacher was fucking a football player and everyone knew. Eric in Colorado, what about if your 16-year-old daughter has sex with female teacher? I would fucking...
Yeah, I thought you got it.
I think I made my point of that.
It's all wrong.
I know it's a double standard.
No,
I get that. I get that. I do get that, but still in the...
Correct. We're idiots.
I come from a very different time than what's going on now.
Right.
Where everything supposedly is... everything's just great.
I just found
everything's wonderful. Can you imagine... did we deal with trannies when we were young? That was like bizarro.
No, the worst you got. The worst you get was if someone was gay. My mom, if it was a man, my mom. Women were never adjusted. My mom would go, "I don't know. He might be a little funny."
Right.
And that's all she would say. That was the meanest. And she wasn't even being mean. Right. She was just trying to go, "I don't know about him. He might be a little."
And even
funny.
on this radio show, you got to like preface it by going, you can't even say this shit, but we're saying it obviously. But I mean, it was different.
You couldn't have said this on the radio back then. By God, hell no, hell no.
I did track and field, and there was a guy that was a speed walker.
Right.
It took me to go to my 20th high school reunion to understand why he was so damn good at that.
He had the pace. He had it down.
Now it all makes sense. But at the time, I'm like, wow, he's got a unique talent.
What an odd sport of choice for this gentleman.
Really? Do you even know what speed walking is?
Yeah,
they might have finally in the Olympics.
Yeah, speed walking.
Is it in the Olympics?
They
don't televise
Dave
that shit.
Waddle.
Dave Waddle was a speed walker, right?
That was the walking, yes. That's why WOT.
That's a name I haven't thought
There you
of
go.
in years.
That's got to be Munich, maybe.
Dave Waddle was a speed walker, but now
that's the first time anybody had seen that.
They don't even televise this.
No, it was just one of those things.
There we go.
Every now and then when we're good at something in America.
Look at this. So I had
that's wonderful.
I don't even want to say his name because I really like the guy a lot. Cool. And I don't want to blow his spot up, but we had one of these in high school. He was the only one.
You never see it. It's great.
He couldn't even compete half the time because most high schools didn't have a speed walker
nobody
to
had
compete
this.
against.
You didn't even know this. It's just like when America, all of a sudden, we've got somebody that's in fencing? God damn it, we love fencing.
But this kid really knew how to swivel his fucking head.
Now you got to do it, man. It's hard. It's like going to the trotters at the racetrack. It's a whole different thing.
And I remember I went to my 20th high school reunion, and I saw him like, okay,
all right.
Fencing. Got it. Woman in his area got convicted for 11 years. There's also a movie about this called Coach. It's hot. All right. Anyway, why don't we break? We got David Duchovny, like I said, coming in about. He's coming in a half hour.
I'm going for the third coffee.
Brad Williams is coming in next.
Opie, look at this. One of these guys was the son. See, that's me with no shirt on the Joe Boxer fucking underwear.
That's you?
That's the kind of kid I used to be.
This is you?
That's why I used
that's
to.
You right
see,
there.
I'm wearing the headband. That's what I used to do. I probably took my shirt off because I was fucking hot. That's probably the night his mom showed me her tits. So I just had to take my shirt off.
Joe Boxer.
You are unrecognizable there.
That's who I was.
I would have never said that.
That's who I was.
Like him at all.
And then the kid in the back, that's whose mom pulled the boobies out.
You look very angry.
Which is the kid's mom? Which kids?
All the way to the right.
To the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. What's that?
What size hips?
What size hips was I there? Oh, there was probably 30, 28. Look at that.
You're pulling.
And
this
I had
back.
Joe Boxer. They don't even make Joe Boxer anymore. Yeah. Three kids in the back, all were in jail. They're out now.
Seriously?
The kid who I'm standing next to
in the front.
Yep. Yeah. That's the kid who his dad was hooking up with my mom and dated the lady across the street.
They got punched.
That's his butt.
They got punched.
And then, so this group, picture, these were my best friends. When my mom started dating his dad, the entire joke for that summer, when it would get quiet, would be like, yo, what do you think Brian's dad's doing? And then one of these guys, probably banging Chris's mom.
Oh,
and I was just like I was like a fucking caged animal because you just wanted to fucking kill everybody.
You don't want to hear that.
That's why I used to take my shirt off and just do push-ups. Even though I look like a fucking Somalian refugee. But I was fucking trying to get.
You're the only guy with your shirt off.
I'm the only idiot with my shirt off.
Right.
I thought we were going to a Giants game.
And a headband. He's a trifecta. No shirt, Joe boxers, and a headband.
And I'm pulling my pants down, just fucking getting ready.
14-year-old Chris Distefano, all right. In shape.
In shape.
All right, we got a break. On the way, got a nice voyeur story.
Ooh, yeah.
Keeping it strange and weird and silly today.
Ooh, I like it.
Motel owner was checking out some stuff for a long time. We got the story. And then from yesterday, I teased out, maybe we have time to do the wife that fed her husband to a fucking dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That's crazy? That's real?
Yeah. We were busy yesterday, so we never got to it. We'll try today to get to it. And, yeah, well, all right, we'll break. Stay there.
Opie Radio is back.
Brad Williams.
Hello, sir.
Dude, Brad, you were great on SNL, man. What? He hosted SNL last weekend. He was awesome.
Right? I look so good in that little Winnie the Pooh costume.
The Winnie the Pooh fucking sketch, and Space Pants.
Space Pants was great.
You were amazing.
Space Puns. Yeah.
Space Puns.
Space Puns. Space Puns.
I love that, man. It's like...
What? You killed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's, people ask me how I'm doing so many things at once. How was I in Chicago headlining and in Boston headlining and doing SNL in the same week? I don't know, man.
That's pretty amazing.
Very busy guy.
It's Michael Keaton in Multiplicity.
Pretty amazing.
See, that's the thing.
What's going to happen in Game of Thrones this season?
I will tell you, my friend. I will tell you.
That's what I'm getting at.
I die.
I went with a little Peter Dinklage joke there.
Get it? No, but see, here's the thing. I don't mind it when people mistake me for Dinklage because he's at least doing good things.
Yeah.
It's not like they did. Fox News put up this thing when Bill Cosby was going through all the shit, and they put up a photo of Keenan.
Yeah.
And they're like, and Bill Cosby, and then they had a photo of Keenan. Yeah. That would piss me off. If someone mistook me then,
So you don't mind if they say, hey, how's Game of Thrones? You don't want them to go, wait, weren't you the guy I threw down the bowling alley?
Yeah, exactly. Like, didn't we toss you?
Yeah.
Didn't we toss you a few weeks ago? Didn't you get caught molesting the kids? Wasn't that you?
Yeah.
You don't mind if they think you're Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
maybe be the guy.
Didn't I put you on a skateboard and slide you down a bowling alley?
Yeah, at least because it used to be everyone thought I was Wee Man from Jackass. Right. And that's when everyone thought that it was okay to just walk up to me and like kick me in the balls and like toss me in a shopping cart. It's like, that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
No, it's not what I like to do.
So people would really like do Jackass stuff to you?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yes. Yes. That's why.
He's so naive. He is so naive.
I've been naive all morning.
I can't get behind when like all these other like social issues are going on. People are like, you have to join our cause. It's like, fuck, midgets are still getting tossed, man.
Yeah.
No one's talking about that.
But midgets, you can't say midgets anymore, I thought.
I know you
can. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's like the end thing. He's allowed to say midgets.
No, I know, but I don't want to say.
I'm built like I've got the head of like a keg, and then I got like a black girl ass, and that like mixed together,
and a big dick, right?
And
usually
huge.
No, because I've heard that. I've talked about that with my friends before about how it's always big dicks.
Yeah. Garrison, go ahead. We got Brad Williams, who's a very funny comic.
Thank you, sir.
Fuck the fact that he's tiny.
Right, the Gotham Comedy Club.
He's a hilarious comedian.
He really is, man.
And he's at Gotham all this weekend, and go see him because Vic Henley's also on that show.
I've been seeing the show.
That's good. That's a great combo,
man. The first time I ever did, I was telling him the first time I ever did the Opie show, I did it. You were on too when we were in Montreal.
Montreal Comedy
you
Festival.
made Bobby Kelly spit out his coffee when he said something. You were just getting to know each other, and you were like, "What do you think? If you drop me off a building, I explode into Skittles?" Because like they were like, "What do you think? Midgets are we're like these magical creatures?" And Bobby spit his coffee out. It was great.
Let's go to Garrison. Garrison, go ahead.
Yeah, back in the day, you used to do the ozone midget sighting, and then you coined the term kickables. And I was just wondering if Brad thought that
way to go, Garrison.
Wow, bringing up the past, man.
I was going to say,
I've grown up a little bit. See, the problem is I'm growing up in front of everybody.
Right.
You assholes get to say and do all this shit behind closed doors. I've grown up a little bit, although kickable is still funny.
It's still funny. It's still funny. Yeah.
Brad, do you socialize with tall people a lot? I mean, are
listen, there's not like a community. You can't like go to the tree stump and do some special knock and then they let me in. Yes, I associate with tall people. It's a tall world. What the
dude? I will match your Gotham money if I could bring you home. My kids would fucking have a ball.
Dude, kids get like. I mind fuck kids because they see me and they're like, okay, he's the size of my buddies, but he's got a beard and drives a car. Right. How the fuck does this happen?
I do have to say, I think I told the story on the air, but not in front of Brad Williams. So I'm walking. I got a almost 6. I have to say now, almost 6. That's crazy even to say out loud. And a 3.5-year-old. And I was walking with which one was I with? It wouldn't matter to the story, but I was with one of my kids, and a little woman walked by, and loud as could be, because kids don't understand fucking filters, goes, "Where's that person's mommy?" And I was like, I swear, and I do this for a living, and I love getting uncomfortable and making other people uncomfortable in this room. I was so uncomfortable. Like, shut the fuck up.
At home.
Did she turn around?
But no. I should say that because it makes the story better, but she definitely heard it. And she's like, "Daddy, where's that kid's mommy?"
that kind of stuff happens. It's like, and it's natural for you to freak out, and it's natural for the dwarf to get upset, but at the same time, what I remember is I have to realize that kid has never seen someone that looks like me before. This is brand new. They don't know the social constructs. They don't know what to say. So for them, it's not insulting. It's genuine. It's genuine. Like, hey, that kid doesn't have a mom. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, it's pointing that out.
I gotta say, I only discovered that you guys could actually live like completely normal people.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It's all right. About it, only 10 years ago, when Little People Big World was on TV. They actually live as normal fucking people.
I like Warwick Davis and Ricky Gervais.
Life is Short.
That is one of the greatest. That's the best handling of it across every level.
Because you see him
every level possible. Fame.
Because you see him laugh at himself like when he's trying to get in and out of the car and he like practically has to throw up like a Batman grappling hook to get up in that thing. Like he's driving an SUV and you're just like, listen, I drive a little like Lexus hatchback for a reason because I don't want to have to do that thing.
Sure. But your girl just moved in with you?
Yeah, I got tall girlfriend, and thank you.
So does the kid on Little People Big World.
Yeah, we got tall ones.
I think he married a tall one.
Yeah. So she just moved in.
Impossible.
This is a stupid. Well, I don't know if this is a stupid question or not. It's an honest question.
Yeah.
If you guys want to go and have children, would you want your child to be a dwarf or not a dwarf? What do you think?
See, I don't. I'm not one of these guys. Like for me, it's like some people who have disabilities, and let's call it what it is. It is a disability. It disables me from doing certain things that tall people can do. They're like, well, I hope my kid has what I have. Why? Why would you want to do that to your kid? Why would you, all the shit you went through? You want to wish that on your child? Like, really? Like, all the times that, I've just been sitting there in the fucking grocery store just staring up at the top shelf because no one's around going, and then I get things from the bottom shelf and start chucking it up at the thing on the top shelf and try to knock it off. You want that for your kid? You sadistic fuck. I want to give birth to LeBron James. That's what I want to happen.
And I could totally relate to that because I grew up with mousy red hair. Something happened with my hair as I got older. It's not mousy red anymore. When my kids were born, I'm like, oh, thank God they don't have red hair. So I could totally, I get it.
Yes, you're like, why would you want that shit on your kid?
What's mousy red hair on your kid?
Yeah, like there was this whole controversy in the dwarf community, and I get the newsletter. So
I was hoping for a bigger laugh. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Now I feel uncomfortable. That
was a ginge.
You're a ginge. I can understand having ginge for you.
I was hoping for a big laugh on that one.
And I was yawning, but it wasn't. It had nothing to do with you.
That didn't help that you were yawning and checking your watch at the same time.
It was because of my sinuses are congested. It had nothing to do with you. I'm sorry.
I really was hoping for something on that.
It was good.
The Dayquil is kicking in now.
It's kicking in a little bit. I apologize.
Yeah, but there was this whole thing where they discovered the dwarf gene. And there was this whole, like, controversy because, like, there was this debate of, well, should we be able to take it out if they discover it? Like, okay, now you can kind of adjust your kid and make sure they're not a dwarf. And all you little people are like, no, that's not what you do. And why would you do that to your kid because you're trying to help your kid out. Yeah. You're trying to give your kid a easier life. Like, listen, I know, like, being blind or whatever may have made Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles what they are, but if you don't think you gave them the option, right, they would not just, like, tap out and be like, hey guys, I'm good. Like, I'm, like, let me see.
And and Stevie Wonder never saw, right?
I don't think he did. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was in his incubator. That's why they turned the heat up too high in his incubator or something, and that's why I don't know, something like that.
So he was a preemie baby?
I could be wrong, but yeah. It's like that, all that's like they're trying to deny, like, well, but what's going to happen if no more dwarves are in the world? We'll find other people to laugh at. Yeah. It's fine. We'll just move on. Yeah.
There's plenty of groups.
It's okay.
Yeah,
we'll find more punchlines.
Just cut down on a few.
We always got the Hasidic Jews.
Exactly.
Well, at least we're living at a time where all this is way more acceptable too.
Yeah, exactly.
To take it serious for a second.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I mean, if your kid's gay, that's okay now.
Yeah.
But when we were growing up, it really wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But now it's more acceptable.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. And
there's 27 little people shows. There's 27 of them.
And I'm not on any of them.
How's that possible?
That makes me feel great about my career. I have two ex-girlfriends that were never in show business that are now on TV because they're on those Little Women LA shows.
Oh, God.
And they're like, I've got a TV show now.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Look, you don't have a TV show.
Look at Vic. You want to be a little person so bad so you can get some TV exposure.
Vic, he's trying to shrink in his seat.
I'm trying. I'm like, I can take care of pit bulls. I can rescue pit bulls.
Maybe if I cut my legs above the knees, I can get some fucking TV time.
That's where the vampires went. They were overtaken by the little people on television. That's exactly where the vampires. That's right.
Oh,
have
man,
you seen vampires lately? Hell no.
That's true. I wasn't a part of that revolution. I missed it.
Tim in Pennsylvania.
You dated two of the Little Women from LA?
I did two of them.
Have you really?
Yeah. Brianna from Little Women Los Angeles, and I was actually in one of the episodes, and then I dated Dawn from Little Women New York.
I guess you're obliged to just fuck each other.
Yeah.
If you see another little person walking around Manhattan, you're like, all right, come on, let's get this over with.
Yeah, well, it's like that, and you meet, and like everyone's tall around you, and you see a girl that's like finally your size. Like literally, it's the only time your eyes can meet across a room.
Right.
Is if you look and like you make eye contact, you're like, oh well, we should fuck, right? Like this should happen.
Right. Now let me ask you, and this is another serious question. Like, is it kind of cool in a weird way that people stare at you all day long? Because I have to look every time,
dude.
I don't even fake it. I look every fucking time I see a little person walk by.
Well, and that's the thing.
What goes through your mind? Are you almost like, is it cool in a weird way that you're getting that much attention, or are you like, all right, enough already?
To be honest with you, I kind of have the blinders on. Like, I really don't notice. Like, I go out with my friends a lot, and they're like, dude, they're fucking staring at you, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even.
Oh, you don't even realize anymore.
But it's also.
But you're also being recognized as being a comic.
Yeah, so I have to like adjust like but that's the thing. How I'll always be humble in this business because I can have a comedy special, I can be in a TV show and a movie and then I'll walk down the street and some kid will still go, "Where's his mom?" Like it's like, fuck, okay, right back down, right back. But it's I notice people staring, but at the same time, like, if another dwarf walks by, I stare. It's fucked up, but I stare because I'm not thinking about being a little person all the time. It's not constantly on my mind. Right. So I forget. So then I see another dwarf. It's like, look at that midget. Oh, wait.
Jesus. But I think you're like, like you worry about like there's reality shows and stuff. I know we were just joking, but like you're doing so much more for your community by not being in that and being like showing off that you, Peter Dinklage, Danny DeVito, you guys have all this talent.
Well done, sir.
But I
snuck one in.
No, I'm joking, Brad. No, but that was just a joke. But I am sincere when I say like that,
man.
like because doing the special and like when I laugh at your stuff, I'm not. You do have material about you but when you talk about regular life stuff too, that's
absolutely
hilarious.
Have to.
And are you trying to like do more regular? Try to move away from acknowledging that you're a little person?
Well, it's because like I understand that like I've had 2 albums out and one special, and now I got the the second special coming out May 20th on Showtime.
Good for you.
And so like I know that I don't want to be the guy that just goes up. It's like there's so many times I can say like, hey, I'm little.
Right.
Sure. That's funny. Like I have to move on.
Do you get it out of the way up front? Like, all right, let's just deal with this for a few minutes, and then I got so much other shit that has nothing to do with me being.
And you have to acknowledge it because people are still curious. They see me walk up on stage. It's something different. It's a lifestyle they're not necessarily familiar with. So yeah, they want to hear me talk about it, but then let's get it out of the way, and then let's move on. Let's talk about other topics.
Let me go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, but at this point, I mean, with all the work you've done and, you sell tickets like, at Gotham, like people are going to come see you. They already know you. Do you ever think like, you know what, I don't have to talk about this anymore? Do you still feel like maybe there's people in the crowd who have never seen me or?
And this happened a couple times where I'll walk on stage and I'll be like, you know what, tonight, let's just go right to like the dating material and right to the race stuff. And let's not even talk about being a little person. And literally there's always this thing that comes over the crowd of like, is he not gonna
mention that?
Is he not gonna mention this? Is it okay? Like,
does he not know?
Yeah, yeah. Like, I have to get the first joke out of the way just to kind of disarm the audience. Like, okay, he knows and he's cool with it.
I see.
That was the one thing about like we were joking earlier about Peter Dinklage being on SNL, and I love that because that was completely like he's the first dwarf to ever to host Saturday Night Live, so that's great. But then like, and I know he's got a lot of pride in not taking dwarf roles, but he like not one sketch mentioned it. Not one sketch
what's that about?
Was like, hey, you're a little person. Not one. And I'm like,
and is that from him? Do you think he said he has a lot of pride with that?
Yeah.
Like you're very open about it and you joke and he would be different. Like if Opie came in like and did a reverse joke, he would be like offended.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I get that it shouldn't be every sketch, but you can't have one that just makes mention.
He gave me that. I was at a benefit once and we were literally at the bar together and I'm pretty sure it was his wife who was a tall person and I saw him reach up and grab her on the ass and I looked down at him and I made some sort of comment. I'm like, sometimes it's great to be ass level. I made some, and he fucking stink-eyed me. He didn't like it one bit.
Really?
Yeah, he did not like it one bit. Later on, my friend wanted to do a picture with him and I had to not be around so she could get the picture.
Jeez.
Yeah. But I was just doing an ass grabbing joke. It was nothing. And he didn't like it.
Right. And here's what I have to remember is especially being a guy like you who's a comic, who's a ball buster, like you're not saying that because he is a little person. You would say that to anyone.
No, I was watching him get away with grabbing an ass.
Exactly.
That's all I was like. We were there at the bar like two dudes and I'm like,
And you're just making mention of it. It's fine. Like you have to remember as a dwarf or whatever difference you have, when people interact with you, you have to remember it's their first time.
Yeah,
like it's their first time having this, so they want to have their moment. They want to make their joke. They're not completely comfortable with it the way we are.
I got a brother that is fucking just scared of little people.
Awesome. Oh. Bring him in next time.
Have that much power.
Oh my God!
If you go to F.H. Riley's in the heart of Huntington Village, my brother's restaurant, you'll freak him the fuck out for real.
I'll do it.
I guess
let's bring the microphones. Let's do it.
He tells a story when he was a kid. We had a Volkswagen bus, one of those Volkswagen buses. Sure. And my mom, it was the days where you could leave your kids in the fucking car and have the engine still running. And no one was going to die.
The air's on. They're fine.
You crack the window a little bit, but it was really normal to just let the fucking, car run and run into a store or whatever. And he tells a story where this little person was outside the Volkswagen bus. My brother, I guess, was staring like, what the fuck is that?
Sure.
And then this person decided to terrorize him and like hide and pop up and shit. And
good on the dwarf. What if he went on him?
And he swears to this day that he's
traumatized
of that. Little people.
I would have been scared he would have got sucked into the tailpipe.
He's just trying to entertain him. What if he wasn't terrorizing him? What if he was just playing peekaboo?
This person
could just be peekaboo.
This person had and didn't care that the person in the Volkswagen bus was just a little kid. He's like, fuck you, I'm terrorizing you now until mommy comes out of the stationery store.
Great. Right. Awesome. Wow. You know, about people being scared, like, that's a real thing. And,
he swears it's a phobia.
Yeah.
He swears that it really is something that
I've experienced it many times on the road because I did a joke in my special about the fact that, I met, John Stamos and John Stamos has this fear.
Oh, wow.
Really? John Stamos is afraid of little people.
Oh, God.
And, I can't understand it.
Yeah. Man. And so now, because people saw that joke, now they find out which one of their friends has this fear, bring them to my shows, and don't tell them.
Right.
So, so Austin, Texas, this is a true story. I walk up on stage, this wife, brought her husband, and her husband is terrified of little people. So he gets up. And he just starts walking to the edge of the stage, like the edge of the room, every time I kind of make my way over there. And I notice it, we acknowledge it, and I go, you know what? I'm gonna cure you. Good. I'm gonna cure you. And I jump off the stage, he runs to the side, and then I just grab his wife's tits and start like motorboating like crazy. And now, you see him on the side, like he's torn. Like he's like, put me in, coach, but no, like he's like in, but out, but in. Yeah, and then,
that's perfect.
And then,
fucking you,
yeah,
man.
and then finally he like ran towards me, and then I got scared and went up on stage.
That's awesome, I don't know like why anybody like I can't albinos. If you're scared of an albino, I get it, but I can't. I can't be scared. Like you've
never been outside.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, you're a ghost. But little people, come on, they're little, but albinos fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's where they draw the line.
I think they cured that one.
That's where Chris draws the line.
Yeah, because I haven't seen one in a while, and
Jesus, stop showing me that.
And I walk around a lot at night and still haven't seen one.
I haven't seen an albino in a while.
There's an albino comedian.
He's very funny.
Yeah, Victor Bernardo.
Yeah, he's very
funny guy.
I was just joking about the albinos.
Well, I watched Voss make out with an albino grandmother once in Florida. So they still exist.
Jesus Christ!
I feel so bad for the albino.
That's a scary sentence. That's a frightening sentence right there.
It made me
that should change you forever.
And this woman's daughter, who I was sort of not, we were sort of hanging at the Delano, I think, down there in Miami, and me and the daughter were laughing so hard because Voss took the albino grandma to the other cabana. It was at the time. It was late enough in the night that they just gave up on the cabana, so you could just fucking wander around. And he took her next door to the next one, and we're peeking around the corner watching fucking Voss make out with this albino grandma.
Isn't it weird that like that kind of stuff is like it makes you go like, ugh, but you have to watch.
I'm sure.
You have to watch.
Sure. Yeah.
It's so cringe, but like you have to just be like, I have to see this. Like
I heckle.
I was.
You heckle?
If I can, I do heckle.
Oh God, we were laughing.
You're not making out. She's stealing your soul.
Well, when I was watching, I saw
she's a White Walker.
That movie Stigmata. You ever seen that movie Stigmata? In that scene when the albino's on the train, that's what fucking I can't. When I see that shit, like I won't be able to. If I saw that, I wouldn't be able to sleep for like a week because that scene was so scary to me, and that's what I see sometimes when I see like an albino and I see that scene. Yeah, it's all fucked up.
So angels and demons,
angels and demons. I can't do it. It's my Catholic guilt. It puts it all together. Right. But I like albinos.
Shout out to the
albinos community. Any albinos out there, please go see Brad tonight. Because if there's anybody out there who has a fear of little people and albinos, it'll be fucking crazy.
Oh man, that's like the ultimate. Like that video go viral in a second.
My God.
Like terrifying an albino. Oh yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. Wow, it's crazy.
That's M. Night Shyamalan's next movie.
Yeah.
Little albino.
Little albino. Oh God.
Unfortunately, I gotta step in. We gotta take a break before Dave Duchovny. We should anyway. Mm-hmm. But we got Brad Williams. He's playing Gotham tonight with Vic Henley. That's awesome. That's a great show.
We got 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Right, Brad?
Brad's headlining. Vic is hosting. That's perfect, man.
Somebody else really funny is probably on the show too.
Exactly.
If you're local, you should
tri-state area, come see Brad.
Yeah, check it out at Gotham Comedy Club tonight. And I want to say, I don't know if we're going to get to this guy, but it should be said, John in San Francisco. Comedians like Brad are the ones who made me open-minded about people making fun of themselves. That's all.
There we go.
And I want to talk about eventually, maybe we'll go a little late today because there's too much still to do here. I want to know about your girl moving in with you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, all we found out so far was she was tall.
I mean,
that's it.
Which is awesome.
She's tall. She's tall and he has a huge cock. That's all we. That's all.
Now you know why she moved in.
That's why she moved in.
And you're going to be at the Moon Tower
Yeah.
Festival. We're going down there to broadcast live.
Yeah, I'll stop by for sure.
I think I need you now because this fucking guy got a great gig and he's blowing me off.
All right.
It's going to be me, Chris, and Mark Norman because Jimmy's got a gig on that Friday, and then Jimmy's going to do the show with me on Saturday. We're going to do a special Saturday show. So I grabbed Chris, and now he's got a college gig. So maybe we can fly you down.
I think I was not invited, first of all. I think I'm booked. I know. I'm pretty sure that's when I'm in Magoobies.
Fuck me.
I think that's when I'm in
I'll be in Austin, dude.
All right, maybe we do it with Brad and Mark Norman. That'll be all right.
There you go. That's a great show.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. That's exactly right.
I think all the tickets are gone for the live show.
My calendar's not accurate, so you can't pull me up. It's not going to tell you anything.
All right. Well,
Good job, Vic.
Well, something went schizoid on me a couple of months ago, and I haven't gone to the trouble to fix it.
Okay.
Vic, according to your calendar, you're fucking free.
Yeah. Really?
So let's get you down there.
I don't think that's accurate, though. I don't think that's up to date. I think that's last year. Yeah, that's last year. That's last year. You're looking at last year.
Update your shit, dude.
I know. It broke about 2 months ago. I've been in town bothering everybody on the radio.
We got to bring David in there.
Okay.
We can't take a break. After all.
Oh, he's written a book.
David Duchovny, how are you,
what's up, buddy?
How are you, man? Good to meet you.
What's up, man? Chris. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, I'm Vic, David. How are you? Good to see you.
I like the leather jacket. It's a nice jacket, brother.
This fucking guy doesn't age.
Yeah, you look good, man.
You're making us all look like shit.
I feel like shit.
That's
Does that count?
Yeah, I guess it does.
Does this work?
Yeah, you're on, man.
I don't hear anything.
Brad, turn your headphones on.
Thank you.
Just so you know, Brad Williams, very funny comic, playing Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I guess so.
And he's also, you can say it.
Californian?
He's got a beard.
He's got a beard.
Right.
By the way, that's why I grew the beard.
Just to look a little different?
Just to look a little older.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, I shaved this off and it I still get carded. It's weird. It's weird.
He's hilarious.
Fucking great.
Williams is brilliant. Hilarious.
Well, thank you, man.
Then you got Chris Distefano and Vic Henley. So
there you go.
You're surrounded by idiocy, basically. We're comedians.
Well, he's used to it.
I expect no less.
Yeah, David still does this show, so he expects it.
I love you guys. You guys have been great over the years. I appreciate it.
You know what I was thinking during the break? Would you sing a song for us today?
No.
That's a random question, or did he?
He sings. He's
I
good.
didn't know he sang. I don't know he
He's
sang.
fucking good.
Yeah, you can play a song. I'd be happy.
Well, yeah, you handed me a CD last time.
I'll come back and
do it proper.
Well, I don't play well enough to play for you and sing.
Do you have like
you have a guitarist?
I'll bring a guy to come in and play guitar, and we'll sing a song for you.
That's why it was good. I asked that. Now we're gonna set it up proper.
You're the fucking man.
No, because he handed me a CD last time you were in here, and we played. It was awesome. It was really good.
We're gonna do a little European tour in May, and when we come back, maybe in June. Are you guys? How long is your vacation in the summer? You take the whole summer off, don't you?
I'm going to try to squeeze all of August this year, I think.
So maybe
I'm going to squeeze August.
Maybe late June or July will come.
Yeah, no, we do shows in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Let's do this.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
You do covers?
We're going to do some covers on this European tour. We're going to do this old song by Bowie, and kind of in honor of Bowie, called "Stay." You know that song? It's like a funky. I
can't fake it.
I'm usually pretty good. I'm usually pretty good,
I might
but
go,
I'm not.
that one.
It's from Station to Station album.
Yeah.
Shit, great record. I should know that.
It's a great song. I'm going to do a Tom Petty song.
Which one?
Square One. It's not a famous song. We do Thank You by Sly and the Family Stone.
Is there one that's the most unusual one where if you said, hey, we do this, everybody goes, oh, fuck, you're doing that.
Thank You.
Would you take a request?
People don't look at me and think, he's going to come with some fun.
No, you don't look too funky. You do not look too funky. I will give you that.
Real funky.
Would you take a request or no? Like if I threw one out, if I threw out, hey, Ace of Base, the sign.
Yeah. Well, we could take requests. We just don't know it.
Do you know that song? You know Ace of Base?
Yeah,
you like
them, right? That song.
Do I like it?
Yeah.
For the time, I remember. I don't remember turning it off the radio.
There you go.
Songs, but
Chris is a guy that he's at that age where he really didn't grow up with rock.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah. You got to educate him.
Did people throughout your life? Did anyone ever call you the Duchovner?
No?
Okay.
No, and I hope they don't after
that. That's actually not awful.
Yeah, no, because I feel like
it's pretty good.
All right, no problem, man. You could take it.
I got the Cubs. Mostly when I was growing up, it was Duke. Just do.
Okay.
See, those are great nicknames. As a dwarf, I always got the fucked up nicknames. In high school, they called me Packets.
I like packets.
Well, because it's like the size of sugar packets.
Yeah, he's tiny like a little
packet. They called you fucking Splenda.
I didn't know how that was going to go because you could have a way worse nickname than that.
Yeah.
Packets is all right.
I wouldn't mind being called Packets.
No, I could call me Packets right now.
It's better than Duchovny.
It's better than Opie. I got this when I was 12. You think I want this fucking name? I'm a middle-aged man with the name Opie. Stupid now.
Just the red hair, is that it?
I look just like Ron Howard
when he was little.
I mean, it was almost identical. It was scary. I finally met him too, which was pretty fucking cool. And he knows who I am. I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
Well, he basically said, "You're the Opie that's messing up my fucking my Opie."
Sure.
That makes sense.
You mentioned Tom Petty. I was a huge Tom Petty fan, then tapped out, thinking he's just one of these artists that is just trying to keep it going.
Right.
Naive on my part, because then I went back and realized this guy never went. His quality's always been great, but radio gave up on him for a while there.
Yeah. Is Tom Petty? You know, in Wedding Crashers, the movie Wedding Crashers, in that beginning scene, the divorce scene. You know what I'm talking about?
They're in the office.
In their office. Is that Tom Petty?
Oh
no.
Oh,
I don't think.
Who is it?
No, you're saying Tom Petty has a cameo in Wedding.
That's what I thought. No.
All right. I was just confirming that.
Because I don't know.
I understand now what you were saying.
I thought you meant there was a song in there.
No. Like I thought it was in that scene when she says, "You shut your mouth when you're talking to me."
No, that's some other guy.
I think of Christopher Walken.
No, I don't think it's Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken, I know.
That'd be great.
I don't think it's him. No. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I thought that was Tom Petty. All right.
No, but Petty's, not only has he continued to do great stuff, but it's evolving. Like his stuff changes. Like that Square One is maybe from 2004, but it's beautiful.
I'm going to go listen to that after the show.
Beautiful song.
And you guys do it in concert.
Was that on the last DJ? When you said radio gave up on him, that was about the time he released the last. He did a CD called The Last.
After that.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's about 05, 06.
But now that song makes so much more sense.
The last
he's
DJ.
basically going, go fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
that's why
I'm still doing this shit.
Yeah,
Idiots. I'm not like other bands that try to keep it going and they
can't go wrong. Tom Petty. Can't go wrong. Tom Petty.
I listened to a town hall that Sirius did with him. It was great.
He also has his own radio station.
Yeah, I started listening to that.
Tom Petty Radio.
Tom Petty Radio. Huh?
We carry it.
We have actually Tom Petty Radio. You can actually listen to them.
No, I know that.
Tom Petty Radio.
Yeah, no, I know that. I listen. And then I'm learning that David Duchovny's a writer. I had no idea. Is this your first book, though?
That's my second.
It's your second?
Yeah.
Did you promote the first one on our show? That would be really bad.
I didn't.
Okay, good.
I don't think I did. I'll have to go check.
It's, but I mean, the reviews on this are just...
Those are reviews of the first one.
Holy cow.
Yeah. But the reviews of this one are very good too, but the ones that you're looking at on the back of it are for...
Is Holy Cow Harry Carry the Cubs thing?
No.
So you didn't do baseball?
No, Holy Cow is kind of a fable about a cow that realizes what's going to happen to her, so she decides, I got to get to India.
That's wonderful. That's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
Were you always a writer?
Yeah, my dad was a writer, and he published his first novel when he was 72. So I got him beat. I got him beat by
a good amount of time. Yeah,
a little bit.
Why it's 72?
Is he still alive?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
He died when he was 76.
I was going to say because you would have smack talked him on that, wouldn't you? If he was still, you would go, "Hey, I beat you."
I might have.
But why did he wait till he was 72?
If he was working, working. He had to have a job. He had a family to support, and it was hard to find the time, I guess.
Right.
And he always told us he was a novelist, and we were like, yeah. And then at 72, we're like, wow, hot young novelist. But he did it, and to me, it's like, in terms of what fathers can teach their sons, it's been like that was one of the greatest lessons I think he taught me.
Yeah.
Was get going at 72?
Yeah.
That you can keep going.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
You keep evolving, you keep changing.
Mm-hmm. Reinvent yourself.
Do people in all these different industries get tired of you being good at everything? Because like you're like a novelist, you're in a band, you act like, and you're good at everything.
He's a triple threat.
I think they probably do. I don't dance.
You said you were funky.
You could do it all.
You just said you were funky 10 minutes ago.
Parts of me can dance, and then the other parts, they
depends how much you got into.
Well, I think people they're protective for no reason. I mean, I think you have to accept what somebody does just on face value, whatever it is they're doing. But that's not the way it goes. People.
Right. So tell us about the book, Bucky fucking Dent. Jesus, I messed that up.
Yeah.
Bucky fucking Dent.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious what this book is about.
Well, it takes it's really a father-son story, a father and son getting back together after many years of estrangement. When the father is sick and the son moves back in Brooklyn, and the father happens to be a rabid Sox fan who thinks that he can't die until the Sox win, and he's sure that the Sox are going to win this year and that he's going to die.
Right.
And the son is a Yankee fan, works at Yankee Stadium actually slinging peanuts. He's a peanut vendor at Yankee Stadium. So he moves back in and he starts to kind of appreciate his father, who was a real hard ass growing up. And at some point, the Sox start to tank, as they did. They were way ahead of that year. Mm-hmm. You don't know this because you're too young.
Yeah,
they're way.
He knows sports.
I do know sports.
Way more
I'm
than
a Yankees fan, but
do you know the Bucky Dent story?
Yeah.
Bucky Dent had. Well, okay.
Yeah,
He's quizzing you, so I'll
the Bucky.
Oh, you know what?
Bucky Dent story. Sorry, you know what? Just real quick.
Tell us the Bucky Dent story.
No, when you put the pressure on me, I realized that this whole time I was thinking of Bill Buckner. Sorry.
Still Red Sox.
I will bring it back to make that okay.
Buckner, I remember.
I'll make that okay.
Yes.
So, Bucky Dent was a shortstop. He hit 9th for the Yankees that year. He hit 3 home runs that year. And the Sox tanked at the end. They tied. They had a 1-game playoff. Bucky Dent hit the home run.
Okay.
They beat them. 4th home run of the year. Hits a home run over the Green Monster. It wouldn't have been a home run any other park.
Right.
No, it was a pop fly.
Right.
Yeah. And it barely cleared the Green Monster, too. Yeah. How many feet?
It was
maybe a foot?
Yeah, it was just fate. Basically.
Right. It was unbelievable.
So I was in Massachusetts, and there, the house I was staying at, there were guys working up on the roof, and I just heard somebody say Bucky fucking Dent. And then I heard Bill fucking Buckner. and I called up and I said, what did you guys, I just heard, because I'm from New York, I'd never heard Bucky fucking Dent. I only heard Bucky Dent.
Yeah.
He's a hero here.
Sure.
He's the Antichrist in New England. Mm-hmm. So,
but you really heard that day?
Yeah, I'd never heard it.
But I mean,
he happened to be in Massachusetts and heard it firsthand. Yeah. I believe.
But I mean, that day?
What day?
They had the home run.
When he hit the home run?
No. Oh, this was in 2002.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you never knew from 78 until 2002 because you were a Yankee fan that it was Bucky fucking Dent.
Right.
Wow.
No, I didn't know.
Shit.
Gotcha. Okay.
So anyway, back to the story. Sorry. It was me.
It was me.
It was you.
It really started with you.
Let's be honest.
I'm sorry, Duchovny, man.
Is it Duchovny or the Duchovny?
The Duchovny. I apologize. The Duchovny. El Duchovny, if you want for our Spanish folks.
It's going to be David fucking Duchovny.
That's more like it. So as the Sox start to tank, the son figures out that since his dad is kind of immobile and only gets the paper, doesn't really watch much TV, that he can fake, if he uses old box scores, he can fake the results and try to keep his dad alive.
Right.
And,
that's cool.
So this happens until the dad finds out, and then the 1-game playoffs happen, and they actually go to the game. They get lost on the way up to New England because none of them know where they're going. They end up getting to the stadium in the 6th inning. And I wrote this as a screenplay, and the reason I didn't have them go to the actual game is because I knew I could never afford to shoot. But it actually worked well when I novelized it to have them in the parking lot listening to Phil Rizzuto on the radio do it. Yeah. So they're actually in the car in the parking lot outside Fenway when Bucky hits the home run.
Right.
And
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good story. Can I get it on Audible?
Yeah,
I'm all about listening to books these days.
I recorded that already.
I happen to be looking for a book, so I think I'm going to download Bucky fucking Dent from David Duchovny.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Rizzuto was amazing.
The scooter.
Holy cow.
Did you
I know
remember
Phil Rizzuto, the skipper.
No.
Sorry.
It's not the Skippy.
You fucking with us?
No, it's the scooter.
The scooter. I apologize.
God, I'm
Scooter,
so happy because, at 32, I'm usually the youngest guy in the room.
Right.
Yeah. Holy crap, this is the best.
Phil's, of course.
He would talk about anything but the game sometimes.
Well, I talk about that in the book.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
He would talk about great restaurants.
The money store. He'd go into a money store commercial in a second.
Yeah.
If you look at the quotes in the front of the book, they published a book of Phil Rizzuto's ramblings as poetry called
No kidding.
Oh Holy Cow. And
that's fabulous.
It's great. And I use one of them as a quote. That's actually the way they wrote it out.
It says, I tell you, did you take notice of the flag? I couldn't believe it. Just as Jim Rice came to the plate, the wind started blowing to left field. It's not only helped Yastrzemski's homer, but it hurt Jackson's. The wind was blowing to right field when Jackson hit the fly ball. When Yaz hit the homer, the wind was blowing to left field. Kept it from going foul. Strike one to Pinella. Somebody told me the Red Sox control the elements up here. I didn't believe him until today.
The name of that poem is called They Own the Wind.
They Own the Wind.
And side note, there's a baseball game going on.
But he made watching these games when it was a who gives a fuck game and the Yankees weren't in it. He would just...
Oh, he'd go in a chili recipe. And then all of a sudden, you got to ground that meat up brown at first. There's a double. He's just right in the middle of something. He'd throw in.
I've been growing up with fucking Michael Kay. That's who I listened to.
That's too professional.
Yeah, it's too pro. He's good, but he's a pro,
what was his wife's name? Cora? Was it Cora?
I think it was.
I think it was. Oh, yeah.
That's a nice name,
talking about Cora and
he'd be gone in the seventh inning to beat the traffic.
That is true.
That's crazy.
Wait, what? Who called the game?
Huh?
Who would call the game?
Probably like Frank White or somebody.
He talked so much in those first
Bobby Mercer, right?
He left it right. He'd leave it to
Bobby Mercer.
He wasn't Mercer yet.
David's right. He had that deal with the Yankees where he's like, hey, I got to be in fucking traffic. I got to get home to the horror.
So funny.
I got a plate of macaroni waiting for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn. I was born the wrong time. I would have loved listening to him.
Yeah, now everything is so polished and professional.
And he was such a homer too.
Yeah.
He was such a Yankee fan. It was
right.
You could hear him get nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
You could hear him get mad, nervous, all of it. Yeah. You could.
I miss
really
those Homer announcers because now everything's corporate. It's kind of like the national broadcast, and you don't get the guys that are actually heartbroken when the team loses. Michael
Kay gets upset, or he gets see ya when he hits a home run. You get,
but they're overthinking all that.
You think
the old guys would just call it?
Just call it.
I think these young guys seem like they got to try to come up with a trademark.
Right.
Well, John Sterling, we talk about him all the time.
Thing?
Oh, yeah.
He makes up a home run call for every guy in the Yankees. Someone sent me one last night.
No, I feel bad. Well, he started in the Braves organization, and somehow or another I feel totally responsible for him being on the air. Just being a Braves fan, because he's so goddamn annoying.
We play his home run calls to really, truly make fun of the guy, but he's a really good announcer right up until he starts with that garbage, where he comes up with some kind of name for the home run and the guy. And
how about the
what Travis?
Oh,
yeah. Do you have a? Yeah, I do want one.
You want A-Rod?
Yeah. Okay. Play it for David. You know this.
Well, A-Rod from A-Rod's not his best one.
I don't know it.
Hideki Matsui, he would fucking rip it in Japanese. He would be like, Hideki, Matsui, say sayonara. He would do that. He would say something so racist, like,
pretty close. I have Matsui.
A fucking Hiroshima. He would go.
When Granderson was still on the team, he would sing the Candyman.
Oh, that's the one.
The Candyman is the worst.
It was so uncomfortable.
So annoying.
I have that.
Did he think he looked like?
Play it for David. This is one.
That'll be an 0-1 to Granderson. And Papelbon deal swung on. There it goes to deep right. It is high. It is far. It is gone.
So right there, it's good.
Oh, Curtis, you're something sort of grandish. He drills a long home run to break the tie in the right field seats. The Grandy Man can. The Grandy Man can. Curtis Granderson homers to right, his second as a Yank, and gives the Yankees a 10-2-1 lead.
Trying to force feed it like a mom to a baby bird.
That Granderson would punch him. Right. He was in the dugout doing that.
Right. He doesn't have to do that. But the players love him.
I mean,
they love him.
Yeah, my favorite is the hockey announcer for the Florida Panthers, who takes requests from fans to make goal calls.
Really?
So then the Panthers score a goal, and he'll cheer and then say a movie quote or a random line from SNL that the fans voted in on. So he's annoying. And he shoots, he scores! Make me a bicycle clown! He just says best. Just random shit. Yeah, he just says random stuff that fans send in. I'm like, that's awesome, because then the fans are waiting to see if
make me a bicycle clown.
Because it's
in a way I respect that. That's not live.
What's that line from?
That's from
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
Another Wedding Crashers.
That's the only movie that we can talk about.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
I'm sure this man has a film career we can discuss.
For me, the best sports guy announcer ever.
Al Michaels?
Marv.
Marv's great,
still
too.
pretty good.
I love Marv.
Yeah.
Al Michaels with that call with the Olympics.
Al Michaels says foul ball.
Yeah.
Foul ball.
Yeah, that's
foul
true.
Ball.
Yeah, but when he called the Olympic win, that was that wasn't for the gold medal, obviously. But he said that he just came up with that on the spot.
What did he do?
Fucking kill yourself.
What? Wait, who? Marv Albert?
But you're a sports guy.
I thought you talked about Marv.
Al Michaels.
What Olympics was it?
Oh my God! Look, I know you're a young guy, but
I'm not that young.
But Dave, he really knows sports. He's really good at.
Did you see the movie Miracle?
No. I know what it's about, but I didn't see it.
Have you seen the movie Wedding Crashers?
Yes. Wedding Crashers. Yeah. Mom, meatloaf!
That's the call. That's the call that the...
Yeah.
Here's the Florida Panthers announcer.
This is the announcer, and it's the meatloaf line.
Let me hear this.
Okay.
Quick strike shoots, he scores! Ball! The meatloaf! The power play goal to get a 1-0 lead.
I like it.
That's hilarious. The Florida Panthers they're a great team this year, too.
Yeah, they got 65-year-old Jaromir Jagr on the team.
Yeah. One of his other calls was he just started saying Sir Mix-a-Lot lines from Baby Got Back.
Oh, nice.
So he would do the call and just do a rap lyric.
See, I like that because it's original.
He shoots, he scores! My hand to Connie got buns, hun!
LA face with an Oakland booty!
Yeah, that's it. That's the line.
Play. Let me hear this. Let me hear this.
Over to the far side. Froelich takes a feed from Bomeister. Fires, he scores! LA face with an Oakland booty.
LA face with an Oakland booty.
How awesome is that?
That's fucking good.
You did call
You
it.
did.
I'm
The
retired.
Duchovner is psychic.
The fucking Duchovner. That's why he's getting voted in another 4 years.
The funk came
For the
back out.
Duchovnator.
The funk came.
You don't know the Al Michaels call?
Is it the Miracle on
Yes.
Ice?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Do you believe in miracles?
Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, do you
Yes.
believe in miracles?
Yeah.
Well, did he coin Miracle on Ice?
No, that was
But
he said
that's a skating show.
Yeah.
What's the Al Michaels line, as you know it? What does he say? Don't say it.
Do you believe in well, now it's starting to come. I know the scene. I've seen
What's
it.
the scene?
I've seen it on SportsCenter. I think is it Phil Esposito?
No.
Versus the Russians?
No.
The Americans versus the Russians?
Michael Ruzioni.
Michael Ruzioni. Yeah, I knew it was somebody.
No.
You knew some Italian guy.
Some Italian guy.
Michael
sound like an
Ruzioni.
Italian dish. That's all
I
you
think
knew.
Phil Esposito is the guy who owned the pizzeria.
No, Phil Esposito was a great hockey player.
Hockey legend.
So do you believe in miracles? I know that they beat the Russian team and they weren't supposed to.
Right.
That I know, but I don't think I know. I don't think it's something miracles. I know miracles involved. It's by yada fucking miracles. Go fuck yourself. We won.
Yeah, it was a miracle. It happened on what 34th Street.
Yeah, it was a miracle on 34th Street, and then you had Macy's was invented.
Oh God! Did you see the documentary on the Russian hockey team?
Yeah.
How
was
amazing
wonderful.
was that?
Yeah, that was outstanding.
You
realize they're human beings. Like as an American, you're like, oh fuck those guys, and you realize, holy fuck, this was really bad for them.
Yeah, right. And how much does it speak to their skill that they were playing that good, even though they were that fucking miserable?
Right. Well, they had that shitty coach. They got rid of the cool coach that started the whole program for Russia, basically, and then they brought in the other guy. I used to know all their names.
The goalie, right? Tretiak, he was hard.
He got rid. He gave up 2 quick ones and immediately shit canned him, and then all hell broke loose after that.
Right.
And then the Russians didn't take that game too seriously because they were heavily favored. And
they had won 10-0 in an exhibition, or 9-0, or something like just a month before they had beat the piss out of them, like 8 or 9 goals.
A lot of people forget that wasn't for the gold medal. They still had
they still had to beat Finland.
Finland for the gold.
So, yeah.
But do you have the call for Distefano?
Just so he can hear this for once in his life.
You know what Neil
I've heard it. Go back like
this
10
is
seconds
on,
before the actual call.
This is on like every top 10 greatest moments of sports. This is always like top 2.
I was in college and the TV was on top, black and white TV on top of a fridge.
Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to school?
Princeton,
Oh,
in
nice.
Jersey. Yeah.
I didn't bring it up just to say
Hey, college boy
I didn't
among us.
I apologize.
I went to Geneseo.
I went to Nassau Community College. No, I didn't.
You don't have to apologize for being smart, David. It's cool. It's all good, man. You achieved a lot. You worked hard. It's fine. Don't be ashamed of that.
All right, thank you.
A writer out of Princeton.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Exactly.
But for Chris Distefano,
I've heard it before, but we'll hear it again.
No, you haven't heard this.
I've heard it. Okay, go ahead.
McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
I still get chills.
I just got chills.
Yeah.
My whole body just went woof.
Yeah.
You believe in miracles.
And you can tell.
I know where I was. I can remember exactly where I was.
What bar, Vic?
No, not a bar.
Whorehouse, Vic.
High school gymnasium watching the basketball team playing that. During a timeout, they made the announcement over the PA system that we had beat the Russians in a high school gymnasium.
I bet you it sounded a little different than Al Michaels.
Yeah, but they did. No, but they came on, they're like, we've just beat the Russians. And everybody's like, what?
That was before Twitter.
Yeah, way before.
Well, they said, I read Al Michaels' book. You know, that game.
Different.
Nice.
Funk.
Nice. Is that
Hot
chocolate?
I didn't get tingles from this one.
It's still a good song.
So, we lived in a different world because that game was during the day.
Yes.
And then we all watched it at night. And there were a ton of people that had no idea of the results.
Right,
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, we were in Alabama, so we were like 2 years behind.
Obviously, that's instant now, but people watched that night not really knowing the results unless you were close to whoever had the Olympics that year.
Well, you still, up until a few years ago, you had people going, "Don't tell me about the ball game," as if they could get out without knowing. I don't think people even try to do that.
You got to stay in your fucking house is what you got to do, and turn everything off.
People will like
why not just watch the game?
I know.
Yes,
I know.
Like if you spoil something like a show or something for someone, that's like a death penalty offense now. Like if you like say, "Oh yeah, that guy died on The Walking Dead," the fuck, man! I haven't seen it yet. It's like, well, I don't know.
I remember
it's been a week.
I remember years after The Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
we said he was alive through the whole movie.
Yeah,
we were at NEW. I remember where we were. It was years after the fucking movie, and the phones lit up, and they were fucking pissed. I'm like, Dick, when are you gonna fucking see this movie?
It was on my Netflix queue.
They're mailing me that one.
Yeah, right after Wedding Crash.
Yeah, right. My thing is like 24 hours.
Yeah,
you get 24 hours after that.
Certainly.
On you.
Well, with the Sixth Sense, like I knew he was.
Did we just blow that?
No. No, that's one of those things. That's one of those things. See, where it's like it's one of those things where like I don't know anything, but then in the previews when they had that kid say I see dead people, then they show Bruce Willis. I was like, oh, Bruce Willis is dead. I bet you he's dead.
Oh,
and then when people saw the movie, it's like you're never going to believe what happens at the end. I'm like, what? Bruce Willis died? They're like, you saw it? I'm like, no, I saw the fucking previews. It's obvious.
That's better than I did.
I was in Boston.
Yeah, me too.
I was surprised.
I was in Boston when I saw that movie, and when that reveal hit, I never do this in movies. I got up and was like, oh! I lost my mind. And then I realized, what are you doing? Oh, shit, motherfucker! I remember I had an aisle seat, and I had to get up and just start saying weird fucking shit, like, holy fuck, you got me.
Yeah, you didn't see it coming.
You can't make that movie nowadays because you need people to not know that, and that word would get out.
That would get out, sure.
And also, another 20 movies were made with the same twist.
Right. Yeah. And it turned out that was, he had a couple.
What's the original Twilight Zone episode? The first Twilight Zone is called an incident. It's a Civil War thing where the guy, they're hanging a Confederate guy, and you don't know till the end that everything you just saw was what was going through his mind right before the rope snapped. And so that he's actually dead the whole time.
Is that incident at Hanging Rock?
Owl Creek Bridge. Something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I'm as right as I am wrong on this.
Of course. No clue.
No, it's the very first Twilight Zone episode. I'm pretty sure.
The guy from Alabama brings up a hanging. Jesus.
I've been here for 30 years.
You were just waiting
for 30 years. I was.
Like, how can I fit in a hanging joke?
I'm being told, because I would love for you to stay. David Duchovny's got to go. He's doing a lot of press today. But man, I'm going to read this one. I need a book. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to listen to you read it to me.
You can get the audio.
Yeah. Okay. And I love that you actually did you actually did the audio, right?
Yeah.
I love when the author does it because like you know what you wrote better than some other guy with a voice.
I don't do voices for the characters. I guess if I would have waited like a year and thought about it, but I don't like it when actors read books and try to do the characters.
It kind of takes you out of it for a second.
It's like, oh no, that's not working.
Yeah, and he tries like they try to do some like crazy accent, like no, just,
or if they raise their voices to do a woman. You know, it's
really?
Yeah.
And then the mom said, "You should really, It's like, it just kind of takes you out.
How many hours did it take
to do that? Yeah. I did that over 2 days, probably 8 hours a day, probably
just
16 hours.
Wow. Yeah. How do you keep it sounding fresh? That's what I'm amazed.
Taking breaks.
Take breaks and whatever. All right. Bucky fucking Dent. This looks like a good read from David Duchovny.
Thank you.
Anything else you need? You good?
Good. I appreciate it as always. And I will come back and sing.
Dude, I think that would be awesome.
That'd be fun. We'll get just a guitar and
we'll fool around a little bit.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
I want to hear one of those obscure covers though.
Yeah, I want to hear him do Slash Stone. I'd love to hear him do Slash Stone.
We'll know how to do them by then.
We want to thank David Duchovny for coming in.
Opie Radio is now over for now.
Over? Roger. Over.